There's only a few of these Sundays left, as you know, before the real deal gets. I'm not even talking about the regular season. I'm talking about preseason time. I tell you, man, I just want some football now. And we gonna get some, too. Hey, let me check out the headlines first, though. Fam, how you doing today? Yeah? You doing all right? Sunday. Kicking back, relaxing. Weather getting better. Because when the weather gets fine and the boys of summer start cooking that ball out the park, as soon as they get to the World Series, you know it's our time. Headline reads, it's Nick versus CJ, and it's more serious than people may even imagine. Also, ESPN's latest findings indicate the 49ers are projected to be as bad as ever in 2019. And leave it up to ESPN to come up with these things. Oh, God, I think, first of all, anyway, hey, the 49ers will kick off organized team activities, otherwise known as OTAs. The team's third phase of the offseason schedule. That starts tomorrow, Monday, right? So that's when contact drills pitting the offense against the defense are first allowed. And will consist of 3 practices a week. OTAs are scheduled for May 20, tomorrow, 21, 23rd, take a few days off, get back 28, 29, May 31st, June 3rd, 4th, and June 6th. And the 49ers are hoping to have Jimmy G throwing to his teammates during OTAs. As you know, Jimmy's been getting over that knee. Well, I already know Jimmy's going to be fine. Quarterbacks don't, he's had a long time to rehab, and it went well all the way down. I'm more concerned. Well, I can't wait to see what Jerick McKinnon looks like. He is key along with Tevin Coleman and of course the Matty B. I'm just saying the way Kyle's offense works, you want those guys who can do weird things in your backfield. And Jerick and Tevin can do all that, so I can't wait to see how that goes. It'll be 8 months removed though from since his season-ending day of 2018, that day of doom. ACL injury in late September that took place against the Kansas City Chiefs. One practice from each of 3 weeks will be open to the media. Like last year, I enjoyed that, really. I wonder if the rookies are going to get hazed like they did last year. Given they got to come out and cheer the crowd up. Maybe that's not set up yet. No, I'm too early on that. This is just for the media. They're not going to have the stand set up out there just yet. All right. The 49ers will make members of the coaching staff available, two reporters on those days. The media schedule is going to be on May 21st. So we got to wait till Tuesday for any report out of camp. And then that'll be a 2 o'clock thing. Kyle Shanahan will come out. Selected players will be available after Shanahan speaks. Who do you think it's going to be, right? Of course, it's going to be Richard Sherman. Probably none of the rookies. Yeah, none of the rookies will probably come out. So you figure Joe Staley, Richard Sherman. D Ford, of course. Maybe Buck. Buckner doesn't get involved in these kind of things very well. I wonder if he always says, Coach, don't make me do it. So it could be, we'll see. And then Wednesday, May 29th, my boy Bobby Saleh. I know, right? I'm always getting behind these people that are having problems. J-Dub Butts, I'm recruiting people coming in right and left, joining the J-Dub Club. The Bobby Saleh. I gotta give a name for that. The Bobby Saleh Salvation Crew. Let's go, Bobby! You got your horses now. Let's drive that wagon, boy. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, man, I think the guy's kind of sharp. It's just he hasn't had anything to work with, all right? And go ahead and say, Ronbo, you ain't got nothing to work with. I'm trying to tell you, man. You do this. Robbie, come out, and defensive assistance will be made available after Saleh gets through. And Tuesday, June, special teams coordinator Richard Hightower, he'll come out and he'll say a few words. Selected players will be made available. So it'll be fun watching this all the while. Meanwhile, after the 49ers lost Jimmy G, did you last season, as you remember, they initially turned to C.J. Beathard as their new starter. And even then, we all sat back and said, oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. And C.J. went right out there and did just as we expected he would do. They beat him up each and every game. Just had him flaying down on the ground screaming, man. And I know I appreciate his toughness. And people man, you don't give the man enough credit for his toughness. I need somebody to pass the ball. You know, look at the field, scan, and hit somebody. Come on, CJ. So after 5 straight beatings, I mean whoopings, except for the Green Bay game, which we probably should have won, Shanahan decided to give Nick Mullens a shot. Nick responded by winning his first start in Week 9 against the hated, the despised, that black hole Raider team, laying out 34-point whooping on them, dude. Oh my God, I'll never get over that. And Jenny looked better offensively while closing out the season with 3 wins in the 49ers' final 8 games. Thank you, CJ. Mullens, and you and I both know, had CJ finished that season, we'd have got the first round pick and there wouldn't have been no argument about it. You know? Mullens outdid Beathard in quarterback rating, completion percentage, yards per game while he ran the offense. And you would think that effort would seem clearly to give Mullens an edge when it comes to being the number 2 quarterback this year, right? Or number 1 backup to Jimmy G. But, Coach Kyle Shanahan. And you know what? Between you and me, we know Kyle Shanahan's already made his choice. He just wants to make sure that nobody takes anything for granted on this team, including the quarterbacks. Jimmy G can sit up there and know about that he is going to be this guy as far as quarterbacks go. So don't let Nick think for 1 minute that this is his job no matter what. He comes out there and gets. Although with Nick Mullens, you can see how hard he works. There is no need to worry about him getting complacent. Nick is not going to ever get that way. Kyle Shanahan went out there and said it was a dead even competition between these 2 players. Mullens said this week, though, he's fine fighting for the job. In fact, Nick, just the other day, he told the San Francisco Chronicle, it doesn't matter who they put in front of me. He says it doesn't matter what you did to pass. On the door, it says, what's important now? And that's what I've been focusing on and will continue to do every single day. And what's important now, I want to be best at quarterback drills. We did with the coaches today. I embrace it. Competition brings out the best in people. Unquote. Nick Mullens got some fire in him, fam. I know Jimmy G's the starter and everything, but, boy, Jimmy, don't relax. But Nick Mullens is after your job. Believe that. Even if he ain't saying it, Nick wants to be the starter. And I like that attitude. I want that attitude. Nick, don't you ever think you're a number 2 quarterback. Because the minute you start doing that, you're of no use to us. So, yeah. There's one school of thought I ran across today, though. If Beathard and Mullens both do well in preseason, and while other teams are find their backup situations kind of weak, the competition could wind up being settled with a trade before Week 1, according to some. There's much to play out before reaching that point in the calendar, though. So, I guess we don't need to be concerning ourselves with that yet. Bam, did you catch out Mike Clay, though, of ESPN? His early score projections for all 256 NFL games during the upcoming 2019 season. As far as his algorithm system calls, or spit out, we are just even worse than last year. We're worse than we were. I mean, we continue to suck. It's like all the adjustments and additions and everything else the 49ers did means nothing. Nothing, Niners. You suck. You'll always suck. And that's the way it's going to be. You're not winning any games, just you're going to win 4 if you're lucky. I'm looking at these scores, right? This is where it blows my mind. There's these 1 and 2 point losses, but always in favor of the other team. Now, Week 1, we beat Tampa Bay by 1 lousy point. 25-24. And Week 2, we go ahead and lose to Cincinnati 23-22. And in Week 3, we lose to Pittsburgh 24-25. What does this tell you? That Mike, why did you post this, Mike? This is stupid. And also, he puts, like me, like 50,000 other 49er fans went right over to Twitter to talk to him, right? And he says, okay, these are projections, and I expect them to be wrong. Well, then why in hell did you put them up, Mike? You want to fight? And then we take the week off, and Cleveland comes back and beats us 25-24. Next, okay. The Rams. So the algorithm likes Rams. The Rams beat us to death, 30-21, in the following week. We then lose. We tie with Washington, 22-22. What's this next game here? Let me Arizona. Where we at here? What's that? That's not we don't get a bye week. What do we got? 2 bye weeks in this system? I got Arizona. Oh, there we are. Oh, well, we beat the Panthers 25-24. That's our second win, and then we go on to play the Cardinals, and the Cardinals beat us. Yeah, we lose to the Cardinals 25-22. Yes, the domination of the Cardinals on the 49ers continues. We've done nothing to improve our situation, and the Cardinals will beat us. All right? I'm just going to put a couple more. That's just to give you flavor. Check out Mike Clay on Twitter, and you'll find out more. Let me give you one more. I just want to show you how aggravating it is here. Let's see. Where's that score here? Is it Arizona, Atlanta, San Francisco? We had San Francisco. Yes. There we are. Whoa! Oh! We beat Seattle 25-24. Well, now consider. What's that? Is that 3? I'm curious as to what's our 4th win. They're so bunched up. It's really can't see anything right away. And we split with Arizona. There's our 4th win. There's no point looking any further. We lose from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We lose from week 11 throughout to the end of the season. Thank you, Mike Clay, for posting that up there. And as I look at the Rams, every time you look at the Rams, every Ram just beats somebody to death. Fam, I want to ask you a question. What is it that make analysts and everybody else believe that the Rams, no matter who they lose, means nothing? No matter how good a shape Gurley is in or not, means nothing? I don't understand that at all. You know, the Rams got fully exposed in the Super Bowl as to what their direct weaknesses are, but yet they're going to just run the board. I didn't count, but I suspect they got the Rams going about 14-2 minimum. You know, that's. And there they are, beating us 29-22 in our second meeting. They beat us 31 and stuff, so it's a little closer in the second meeting. Okay, all right. We go see about that, Mike Clay. And I just said, I put on Twitter, fam, how many people can continue to talk to Mike Clay after this post? And, a few people had a few things to say about that. And, it's just, and some guy comes and say, hey, come on, guys. Mike's trying to get some, how do you put it? Mike's trying to get some attention or some clicks. And, of course, I responded, well, yeah, he got my attention. He's definitely going to get some click. And I'll be back to talk to him right after we win Game 5. This is just stupid. Don't be posting up stuff like this if you don't even believe it yourself. He even said, I expected to be wrong. Well, then why in the hell did you put it up there? All right. And let's go ahead and let's check out. As I mentioned to you, Jerry Fresh mentioned to you as well. Go ahead, go to Ronbo Sports app. We're going to say, check out Corey's video right now. And as I say, go on over there. I should have the instructions here. I forgot the categories. All right. I'll get back to you on that. Maybe we can get Jerry Fresh to tell you. He's so good at that. Yeah. Hey, Corey McGlinner, aloha from Carson, California. What's I know about these things? Okay. Anyway, as I say, go ahead. All right. Listen, hey, Jerry, tell him how to do so you do like Corey.
What's up, Niner Empire? Jerry Fresh here with Ronbo Sports. Just a reminder, go ahead and download the Ronbo Sports app from the App Store. Ronbo Sports is giving you, the fan, an opportunity to have your voice heard on the show. Whether that's a question for Ronbo, a shout out to the 49er faithful, or a suggestion for the next video, this is your chance to have your voice heard. Simply open the Ronbo Sports app, click the menu icon in the top left-hand corner to access a list of options. Scroll down to the submission tab, and voila, you're there. Once you're in submissions, go ahead and select the record a video option. From there, you can record a short video, and you're all set. Remember to keep it clean, short, and sweet. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for listening to Niner Empire. I'm Jerry Fresh, and this is Ronbo Sports. Go Niners!
Yeah, because I love the exchange interaction. It's just too much fun to share with 49 activities and what you do in your life. It doesn't always have to be a text. It doesn't have to be anything more. You want to say something, you can do that as well. Any number of things. You can get your options on there, as Jerry Fresh just mentioned. And do whatever you want to do. We want to hear from you. So we can put you on the screen, too. Hey, catch him. Thanks, fam. I love cartoons. We get a lot of cartoons lately. Justin Rosales, Mullens fan bunch. I really think it's not even going to be a competition, though. I think Kyle's just messing with CJ because he knows Nick's going to bust butt. But can CJ come up and measure up a little higher, you know? Because I can tell you, fam, I'm worried. Justin Rosales also says, Nick Mullens for the win. And Daniel Serrano wants to know when's the last time. It's been a long time, Daniel, because you notice every game when you find me, right? Right here. You know, I got to tell you, though, the fact is the 49ers needed 3 quarterbacks last year. I am a little concerned that the 49ers don't carry a third quarterback, though. You know, like Nick came in like a knight in shining armor, rides in and beats up on the Raiders for us. That was just, that was so... Didn't that feel good at that weekend? Because we had been getting killed the whole time anyway. Well, not killed, but we kept losing games. And, you know, I felt helpless at one point because, yeah, I knew CJ was going to come out and do the same thing he does every week. So, you know, we need a third quarterback. So if CJ does get traded, hopefully there's another guy on the roster right now, a quarterback. I don't know how good he is. But I suspect we need a third guy. And it should be a kid that is going through things and getting trained by Kyle instead of bringing in some veteran. And it's, you know, because what's his name? Jay what? From Chicago. There's a few guys still hanging around out there. And they could keep running in. No, I was going to say Hoyer, but he's still in New England. Okay. Anyway. William Roberts says the Niners will make the playoffs if they stay healthy. Yes, and everybody knows this. Christopher Blankenship, no debate about it. Mullens all the way. Beathard might make the practice squad, but he won't. They're not going to do that. I think they're not going to do it. Tammy Ford, Nick Mullens is way better than C.J. Beathard. Barry E. Howard, hey, man, thank you for everything you do, man. Barry, man, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks. Thank you. Nito Jr., I got my money on that. You know what? If it's more than a nickel, don't do it, man. I'm telling you. Salvador Brabisca says whoever loses is getting traded to the Broncos. And you know Elway will take Beathard in a heartbeat. Because you know Elway, I had no idea. Elway has no idea of what a quality quarterback is. And what's really scary about that is he was a Hall of Fame quarterback. How is it he doesn't know quarterbacks when he sees them when they're any good? How many quarterbacks has Elway brought into Denver and had to say goodbye to him? Jeff Tad, Nick wins backup role with one hand tied behind his back. How vu? Here's an idea. Switch CJ to some sort of a blocker. So CJ's into pain. He doesn't have a problem with it. Problem solved since he loves standing still in the line. Francisco Javier Lopez Cipriano. He says it's time for either one. The point is, who wants the second role more? It's time to shine and not to whine. My pick is young Nick. I like that rhyme. Nick Mullens, Isaac Page, what's up, fam? Local 49ers fan, Cardinals don't have fans. They're paid spectators. I know because Arizona asked me multiple times to attend their games back in 2015 and 17. Hey, would you attend a Cardinals game if we paid you? I'd love to be. And if they don't know your colors, I'd love to be. Oh, yeah, how much you guys paying? First of all, I'd find out how much they paying. Update. You know what? Would you do it? Yeah. And listen, we're trying to see if we can get guys coming out to the Cardinals game. We'll pay up to $250 just for your attend the game. You can have all the refreshment on the stands that you want. As long as we see you making your pretty active and cheering, we'll pay you. And it depends on if you make a scene of yourself and the camera for the network cameras pan on you. That's an extra $50 for every time that happens. Update 3. I found one Lambs fan in L.A., not Rudy, sadly. Oh, my. Who is he? Timmy No Thumb's going to be fun to watch CJ and Nick battle it out this year for sure. Derek Dawson, what's up? I think we might cut Trent Taylor because Debo runs way better than slant routes. I still wonder about the depth on this team. You got to be careful about cutting people. If you keep your normal amount, 6 or 7, whatever they're going to do, and because you never know what's going to go down, as we've seen in the last painful 3-4 years. So, God, I'd love to. I actually did petition Jed a while back. I didn't get any response. I wanted to see if can I get one of them stylist rooms upstairs and let me do my game from there live? Oh, God. No response, of course. 49ers, man, 49ers do act like they're trying to save money. Except that's why Jed doesn't want to play Santa Clara County for some of the bills he owes them. Jed, that's kind of embarrassing, Okay, area code is 915 Sacramento, California. It can't be T-Money Sack down. It can't be. Could be Booker T. Who is this on my phone, please? Hello.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Who is this?
Ronbo, this is JD, man, Hawkhater TV. What's going on, buddy?
JD flying under the radar with that phone. I mean, we didn't have you registered up here like we usually do. JD, man. Yeah, I just kick it back here and enjoying what's about to happen starting tomorrow. You know what I mean? What's going on, man? You like the competition with CJ and Nick Mullens and how Kyle is drumming it up to be the competition of the season?
Right. That's why I wanted to call in and just check in with you, and I wanted to hit on that QB competition quote unquote.
Go ahead.
The thing is you can't put either of those guys on the practice squad. We all know that.
Not now.
And so this competition, if you want to call it that, isn't necessarily about who's going to be the backup quarterback. It's going to be about who's on the roster, because this team's not going to keep 3 quarterbacks this year. I heard you a minute ago hit on that. I don't think this team is going to keep 3 quarterbacks this year, just because you have to look at the amount of talent that this team has at the running back spot, at the wide receiver spot, on the defensive line. They have to have some available roster spots wherever they can get them. So
Absolutely.
I don't see this team holding on to 3 quarterbacks this year. And why are they going to call?
The thing is, JD, you could actually put one on the IR. You could put him on. Well, you can't put him on the IR because he can't be activated until a certain time. But you could put one on the practice squad. It doesn't count against the 53. Because I'm a little concerned with the fact that last year I wouldn't have thought we needed 3 quarterbacks. I mean, would you? Because who saw? Well, actually, we probably should have saw CJ was not going to survive. But I guess you can always keep a guy. If CJ weren't going to get cut or traded, I don't think anybody pick him up. I guess you can always give him a phone call if some emergency situation came up weeks down the road. And CJ, can you get back in here? We're going to need some help from you. I guess that could be the case as well.
I get what you're saying, but I don't see them putting either guy on the practice squad. Of course, you put Nick Mullens on the practice squad. He's getting picked up day one.
No, he's not going to
And then as far as CJ goes, CJ beat nobody, as I like to call him. He does have some experience, so he'll get called up eventually, and you'll lose him for nothing. So if you put either one of these guys on the practice squad, you're not going to get anything for them when they're picked up and put on another team's 53. So like I said, I feel like this competition is to prove who's going to be on the roster because there's so much talent at other spots. You kind of have to trim the fat and cut the corners where you can and have an available spot. And so I feel like the two quarterbacks are going to be Jimmy and Nick Mullens, and then CJ can go do whatever he's going to do. I can really care less. He can go play another sport.
Or be traded. Yeah, and like you say, they may as well get something for him. So you go ahead and give him to Elway because Elway doesn't know how to judge quarterback talents. And Elway maybe give you a 6th or 7th round pick and let that be the day. Although the practice squad quarterback, we've had one every year since Shanahan's been in position, right? So I otherwise, who's going to be your practice squad QB?
I think it'll be Spate.
Spate. Yeah, that's a new kid, right?
Yeah, the new kid. Went down to UCLA. He was, previously at Michigan. I think that's the kind of the next guy.
That's exactly who I was talking about.
Shanahan has to know what he has in Beathard. I mean, it's pretty plain as day. And so you saw the upside with Nick Mullens. The writing's on the wall. Whoever wins this competition, and we all know that's going to be Nick Mullens, is going to be the backup quarterback, and Beathard's going to be looking for a job. Yeah,
or he's not, or he's going to be a draft pick exchange. So, and I think the 49ers would be smart to try to do that too, because you don't want to. Hopefully, here's what's going to happen. I see this coming up, JD. It's going to be CJ's going to be in there a bulk of the time. And just to put him on display so every GM in the NFL could get a good look at him. And then, of course, the 49ers will go ahead and put him out there for trade. And as you say, they're going to get rid of that third quarterback. And Spate, they'll try to coach him up to the point if they do get into an emergency situation like they did last year, they can bring him in and he's got a little bit of training.
Right, definitely. Well, hey, Ronbo, I appreciate the time. I haven't checked in with you for a while. Thought I'd just chime in. And
appreciate
also, just real quick, man, I just want to let you know, I got season tickets this year, man. So I'm going to be at Levi's every single week. Any Niner fans out there, man, you want to meet up at the games, let me know. I'm looking forward to the season. I can't wait.
All right. Maybe we'll have you chime in and tell everybody where you are while you're at the game. And then they can come on over and join you at the snack or something or have a brew. Yeah, okay. All right, JD.
Cool. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thanks, JD. Talk to you later. Yeah, there's JD. He's got tickets for every game this year. He's going to be hanging out there. And Bob Money announces that Dak Prescott just sold a jersey. And that's big news. Dak's not going to be selling a lot of jerseys. Justin at work won't be able to call in. I hope all is well. Justin. As soon as you said that, Justin, you realize, of course, now that people could be taking shots at you because you know you can't defend yourself until tomorrow. Hey, no taking shots at Justin tonight. He's a cool guy. Patrick Gotham says, just looking at the picture, look at Mullens' face and grip compared to CJ. He looks way more confident, CJ, and he does, doesn't he? You can tell when Mullens walks out on the field, he's got full command of that offense, and he knows everything that's going to happen out there. We're talking about a guy that's outside after everybody else leaves, going through the entire plays of the game that just finished, and imagining in his own mind what he would have done. This is a guy that's dedicated and destined probably to someday be a star. I don't know if it's going to be the 49ers or not, but he's going to get there. Niner Rich says Nick Mullens is show. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We just get that one there. No, did we do that? Niner Rich? Yeah, no. James Cruz says CJ sucks. Nick's 10 times better. Pete Gorman says Nick Mullens would probably be the starter on 4 to 5 teams. Ain't that the truth? There's a few teams out there that could use, including Eli Manning, who, by the way, Dave. Should we get into Dave? I'm like, all right, I'm not David Carr. Okay, anyway, V Golden says CJ sucks. Let's not go with that one. Anyway, I got your point, V. Golden. Travis Wilson's, what's up, though? Hey, Travis, Liners. Jeff Taggles, the 49ers need to make racing jackets because this team is so fast. Ooh, Jeff. We got to come up with an area for that speed team, man. Frankie Five Fingers, let's go. Ronbo 49er faithful, it's time to make the playoffs and win a championship. Back to the promised land. Missing Candlestick Park. Yeah, God, let me Jerry Fresh. Jerry says Mullens needs to show up during preseason and during games when we blow other teams out and he gets garbage time. His stock needs to be high for the trade next offseason. You know, I wouldn't trade Nick until his final season. No, you're right. You know what? You wait until year 4 and teams won't deal with it because they figure you're either going to let him walk or you're going to pay him. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. You got to trade Nick. If he does a good job this year, he's got to go next year, doesn't he? And you know what? I'm not talking no 6th or 7th round draft pick either. Hopefully he can do well enough that he can get a 3rd round, 4th round at least. Let's see what he looks like this year at preseason. Travis Wilson says we're strong this year. And go hard, my guy, CJ. Better show some big improvements if he thinks there's competition here. He can't wait till August. Oh, man. Linwood, and Linwood, I know he's a huge CJ fan.
I am, Ronbo. I am.
He should be okay.
I indeed. I am indeed a CJ Beathard fan.
Oh, man, I tell you, I feel so bad for CJ.
For
He's
singing
such a
country
nice
music.
guy. Yeah,
I like
he does do a good job at that.
For singing country music. That's what his gameplay reminds me of. A slow country song.
You know, he really does sing country music,
I can't get out the pocket to save my life.
CJ. And Kyle humoring us all with, this is a dead even competition. What? Kyle, come on, man. Even CJ and Nick know better than that. So.
Well, that's all done for Bobby Beathard. So, you know.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. You got to give this kid every chance because, you know, man.
Yeah, just showing faith. Hey, and for those jackets, oh, yeah. I got a jacket for the speed team we got. So we all beat Ted Ginn. And again, and again, and again.
Yeah, over on Twitter, everybody's trying to get Marquise to go get that money. And Marquise,
right.
Whoop Ted's butt, take his money right there in front of everybody. Pay me now. I ain't waiting, Ted. Give me my money right now. And then go dedicate it. Go give it to some kind of charity in San Francisco area. Or even Santa Clara area, for that matter.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. Say, hey, Ted Ginn, all right, I want you to go ahead and sign this check and sit it down there at the finish line.
No.
I'm going to have the cash before you.
Yeah, don't take no checks. Don't take no checks from Ted. No.
Either, oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Have him slide it off, go upstairs if we do it in the area where slide it off on the credit card machine or something, you know. Because Ted, we'll take 6 months. Anybody seen Ted? No. Have you paid us yet? No. Okay. See, because we ain't got no agencies that can call him. So, you know. God. Anyway. Well, Linwood, also, you have those scores. I don't know what Mike was doing, having us lose every game by 1 and 2 points. But that goes to show you.
I think.
Go ahead.
Man, he must have just came out of a salt bath or something. I don't know. And he stayed underwater too long.
I think that they fed into the system. You know, it's a data-fed system, right? You know, I don't think there's enough information on the 49ers to actually make an intelligent call, even from a computer. You know what I mean? Because you take last year's numbers and you try to crunch it in the machine now when there's a lot of variables that need to be added from last year to this year. And even overrated the Rams like they are right now. I don't care what anybody says. The Rams, that is not the same team as they were last year. So to say the Rams are every bit as strong and dominating and got a chokehold on the NFC West is BS at its most. I'm talking AA quality. God, that's no.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Ronbo. And what everybody fails to realize is, our biggest weakness, other than being injuries, of course, staying healthy, was our defense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we corrected that tenfold. So now we're coming into the game with a double-edged sword and a crossbow, because we've got the special teams back there too that are going to be legitimate on dynamite. So you got that defense, and they're going to have double the stops as they had last year. Well, that puts our offense on the field twice as much.
Mm-hmm. See,
so everybody, doesn't think about it. Yep. So the defense is going to, reward the offense by keeping them out there, and that's going to keep the other team's offense rusty and our defense fresh. I mean, it's going to be a win-win-win all the way around for us. So I just can't wait. Can't wait, Ronbo.
And starting tomorrow, we're going to see this. I know there's no pads, but starting tomorrow, we're going to see an exhibition of skills, because I like to see raw skills. People say, "Man, it don't mean nothing without no pads." I know, but the thing I want to know is, can this guy play football? We'll put some pads on him soon enough. Because how many guys have we seen come out of this particular type of OTAs that look good, that went into the season after they put the pads on and started looking bad? I'm trying to remember the last time I saw that. I don't remember. So
Exactly. So I want to see who's going out there and break some ankles and juke some people out of their socks and say, hey, that's our guy.
Like Dante Pettis last year. Dante was ruining people's lives starting from OTAs last year. And what did he do during the season? Got guys running the wrong way while he's wide open. See,
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to get the Jet back doing the same thing, because he was tearing our defense up.
Every day.
From everything that I saw. Yeah.
That's why I'm so curious about him. So many people want to see him traded or done something with.
I don't.
I said, why
I want to see what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I want to see what he looks like. Kyle didn't go get him just to throw him away. Let me
didn't
see.
keep him and he kept him. He didn't give him away. He kept him.
That's right.
Even when they brought in Coleman, they still kept him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it sounds like
a true
Coleman.
story, Ronbo. You want to hear a true story? Yesterday, I was shopping, so I have a Dodge. And I was like, all right, Dodge Ram. Yeah, all right, I've had it for 6 years. Time to upgrade. So I'm going through and go through 3 different dealerships, and then I run across one of the guys that talked to me, one of the sales reps, and he said, yeah, I just got this new truck. I sold one, and I got this one in, and he's like, might want to take a look at it. It's really clean, and it's right up your alley. As I walked around, I'm looking at this truck, Ronbo. It was clean. It was exactly what I was looking for. And I walked around, and in the back window, he says, of course, we're going to clean all this stuff off. There's a big San Francisco 49er sticker in the back window. I was like, sold. And keep the damn sticker on the truck.
Don't be cleaning up nothing. I'm telling you right now, if you take that sticker off that truck, I am not going to come back and give you a dime.
That's a true story, Ronbo.
I love it. Woo! Hey, Linwood, I like that, man. Hey, Linwood, man, great to hear from you. Let's hear from you tomorrow if you got some time, huh?
We'll do, Ronbo. We'll do.
Right,
hit those likes, fam. Hit those likes.
Thanks.
It's Ronbo Sports. And you call him Ryan Bleezy because he makes it look easy, but it ain't. Nice, fam.
Night, Linwood. Say tonight to little Dallas for us, too. Oh, I love messing with Cowboy fans. There's our 4 Texas boys back in here. Texas boy, man, another closet Niner fan. Look, Team Breezy. He says, now y'all on the Nick train. When I said he outplayed CJ in last year's preseason, it should be the second quarterback long time ago. You know, Trez, but you remember you didn't get no whole lot of argument either, did you? I think I saw 1 or 2 people, because I've been through with CJ after 2017 when he came out there and got his brains beat out, and Jimmy G came in to rescue him. Somebody said something about maybe Nick is playing against the third-string audition with players out there that are going to be, out of the game in another couple of weeks when we cut down the final 53, right? If you remember, I didn't say nothing because CJ got on my last nerve a long time ago. But thanks, Trans, for the contribution, fam. Yeah. Hey, Corey McGlinny. Oh my God! Were you watching that? Yeah, we just ran you, fam. We just ran you strolling around. That was Corey McGlinny. He's in the chat right now, so tell him how cool he was rolling down through that path full of bodies. And Mike Rodriguez. Hey, my daughter just graduated from Las Cruces High School. Can you give her a Niner shout out? Greetings from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Hey, wait. My daughter just graduated. Hey, so you know what I'm going to do? What school? Las Cruces High. Hey, to Mike Rodriguez's little girl who just graduated high school, the world is yours. Go get it. Niner! Send that out to the land of the Duke, New Mexico. And Donna Bell says, hey, hi, Donna Bell. How you doing, girl? James Cruz, what's up? At 49 Empire, 49 is going to own their division this year. You know, it's not maybe in the past couple of years it was a little unrealistic. Well, not now. I'm sorry, man. The 49ers, that's a little too much defense, if nothing else, to just be getting beat up every week like we used to. No. I will not accept that under any circumstance. Keon Colson, Newark, New Jersey, the building. 49ers for life, Newark. What's up? Mike Vick Jr., tapping in from Las Vegas. What's up, Mike? Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Oh, Viva. Don't give me Elvis Presley, man. And Daniel SF49ers fan, 5249. This is the play on the field speaks volumes. CJ couldn't beat the Cards. Nick beat the Hawks. CJ has 1 win as a starter. Nick has 4. Stat-wise, Nick creams CJ enough. Said Nick wins. Kyle, would you stop clowning us, man? You know, you got people worried that fam, can you imagine we're sitting there watching every week after week, and we get nervous on cut time. The 49ers have placed Nick Mullens on waivers. What does that mean? C.J. Beathard will be the backup to Jimmy G. Kyle, no, you didn't. I can see you. That would just wrap it up for me. Oh, we'd have to go out and pick at the plays, fam. He cannot do this. All right. Hey, Phil, come on in, Phil. Yo, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, how you doing tonight, fam?
Okay.
Phil, I sit there and gave myself a nightmare in the middle of the evening. I sat there and imagined us going into the 2019 season with there's been presidents down through the history of America, and that people would say things like, "Oh my God, if the president dies, he's a heartbeat away from becoming the president of the United States." That's what we'd be saying about Jimmy G all season. Oh my God, C.J. Beathard, he's a broken fingernail away from becoming the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going to think positively, and Jimmy is going to take every snap that is meaningful for the 49ers this year. So if he comes in, he can go down.
Phil, your connection, something's going wrong there. Something's breaking up.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just think Jimmy's going to take every snap. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little better now. It's not breaking up so badly. Go ahead.
He's going to take every snap that's meaningful for the. So it really doesn't matter.
Right.
CJ can come in and take the snaps to kneel down to win against the Rams, to run the clock out.
Yeah.
And besides, we need CJ in there so that Nick Bosa and D Ford have practice tackling the quarterback in practice.
Since he enjoys that so much. This is wrong, Phil.
I think
it really is wrong. We're talking about Bobby Beathard's grandchild here. We need to have a little more respect.
Yeah.
I you know what though? I just wish that CJ. I hope he progresses, and I'm looking forward to seeing if he's made some adjustments in his game. So we could be surprised.
Well, you got to have 3 quarterbacks, all right? So whoever called in earlier, you're going to have 1 quarterback on the practice squad, no matter what.
Spate.
And yeah, well,
Maybe.
Nick Mullens could be that guy. I mean,
Mullens. You know, Mullens is going to be taking snaps behind Jimmy G. Remember, on the first string quarterback and the second string quarterback, they sit there and they alternate. The first string, of course, taking the majority of the snaps. And then your second string quarterback, he can't be running the practice squad. So I figure they're going to keep Spate, like JD mentioned a little while ago, and CJ is going to be either traded or something like that. But you're not going to keep him around just to sit around and just be sitting there scaring people thinking he's going to come into the game. So you're going to have Spate, I imagine, as we were talking about, as a practice squad guy that's going to be trained. And
I'm not high on Spate, but anyway, I watched him in Michigan. He's not that good.
Yeah, I know he could.
But it really doesn't matter. I mean, Jimmy's going to stay healthy. That's
and so
the
is
key.
Nick. Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, it's done. Done deal.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest competition is going to be out there in the backfield. That's where we're going to see some competition.
Oh, ain't that the truth? And Mostert doesn't have anything to do with it. Mostert's just that guy that's going to be standing by. But you're right. That's going to be a battle between those 3. Boy.
Well, not only that, but defensive backfield as well, too. So where you've got Pillow and Burnett and the safety positions are both going to be big-time competition. So that's where you got to look to see where the Niners are going in preseason on those positions. But other than that, I don't see much competition. The offensive line is pretty much set. The running backs are by committee. Wide receiver, there's going to be some competition. But, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, defensive line, just off the top of your head, if you thought you had to get rid of at least 2 to 3 defensive linemen, and I think that's a realistic number. We've got way more than backups at our defensive line now. And even as we speak, John Lynch is probably on the phone calling in another kid to try out for that defensive line. Lynch has had it, I can tell, with the defensive line. They will perform this year, and John's sitting, damn it, 2 years I've been bringing in guys, and I can't get a defensive line to work. So, now let's see what happens.
Well, D4 are there.
Yeah, we got 4 guys for sure that are on this team.
Buckner and Solomon Thomas you can't cut at this point in time because of or get rid of him because of his salary.
And one more year.
Davius Street is interesting because we don't even know what he can do.
That's it.
So he's a guy that watched for preseason. Ronald Blair is a guy I want to keep.
Yeah.
But I'm scared because of his cat number. And you're going to have to keep a nose tackle just for the base defense. So
we got DJ Jones. I think he's in his second year.
DJ Jones is going to be the guy.
30. Yeah, he's going to. This is 3rd year coming up. He came in with Kittle and the guys. Yeah, so.
So I think he's going to be the starter on the base defense.
Yeah.
Nose guard.
It looks like Sheldon Day might be on the block.
Yep. I think there's going to be a couple of bodies gone that we want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? We'll be able to make some trades right before season starts. Oh, and the other thing with that Mike guy, you can call him up week 6 and tell him we've got 5 wins.
Yeah, I know. Mike,
Because we got bought on week 4, so that means we'll have 5 wins on week 6.
He explained that by saying some of these teams are so evenly matched, and he says, I had nothing to do with the ties. Some of the teams are so evenly matched, it just went either way. Well, why the hell can it swing our way on occasion? You see, all 49er fans over there was hilarious, just trashing him. And he was trying to explain his position. I said, well, don't be...
I cannot see us losing to Cincinnati. I cannot see us losing to Washington.
No, it's a tie. We tie with Washington 22-22.
I can't see us losing to Tampa Bay. I think we're going to be close with Pittsburgh. But that's,
We lose to
home
Pittsburgh
opener.
according to his algorithm. We lose to Pittsburgh. We beat Tampa Bay by 1 point.
But nobody knows what Pittsburgh's going to be like because they lost a lot of guys.
Morale's got to be dead in Pittsburgh too. I mean, it's got to be really sucking. I mean, they're watching people get, and some of those players are probably thinking they're getting abused. You watch Le'Veon Bell, who might get traded before the season starts. Weird enough. And then you watch Antonio Brown. All this leaves scarring effects that linger usually at least a couple of seasons. We'll see. I don't think they're ready to roll, though.
Yeah. I think it was out to take last year, and you can't really those numbers against us this year because we're completely. And we're all over the board on some of the forecasts out there. We go from the 7th best team all the way to the 21st best team. So,
you know what, Phil? In all fairness, it's hard to peg the 49ers if all you're going to go with is probability, and you can actually crunch the numbers, but you look at the team this year, and it looks a whole lot different than it has the last 2 years. So if all you got to go on is the last 2 years, yeah, we probably should be ranked number 21, 20, or 21 and beyond. But they should have another category for the 49ers and teams like the 49ers. So,
yeah. Well, and we had our share of injuries last year, so I'm expecting no injuries this year.
More than our share. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
And expect the Rams to get all the injuries and the Seahawks to get all the injuries. So that's
and they deserve that too. Phil, we're out of time. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. All right, fam.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
You too. Night. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, it's got to be tough too. If you're gonna feed it to a tech system, what do you feed it when it comes to the 49ers? If you're going to go by last year, well, I hope they do stick to last year's information and data and keep pumping that stuff out there. Say the 49ers are as bad as ever. Why would anybody think otherwise? They've made no adjustments. Okay. Billy Thibodeau, Niner Power! And Ray Jr., what's up, Ray? Brian Culp. CJ can throw the ball farther than Jimmy or Nick. I know, Brian. Brian likes CJ. You know what? You're true. If there's one thing that I do like about CJ, he's got one of the nicest deep passes maybe in the NFL. Nick's, CJ's only issue is making judgments, making decisions, processing, and getting rid of the ball. He may have addressed this. We could see an awesome competition in the weeks ahead. Debbie Ryan's OTA start tomorrow, May 20, 21, 23rd, 28th, 29th, 31. There's a lot of days this month, isn't it? June 3rd and 4th, 6th. And these practices will do 7-on-7, 11-on-11 drills. And go Niners. S.J. Liv, thanks, Debbie. S.J. Livin says, Beathard had good flashes, and then his wide receivers couldn't catch, and offensive line had him running for his life. So the wide receivers were not getting open, so I'm not mad at Mullens was cool, but had some inconsistency too. See? I say, I can understand that, but what I did see the difference. It's normally people, first thing they do is they go after the offensive line when a quarterback is struggling, and then follow that with going after the wide receivers. The only way I can address that is this. In 2017, Jimmy G came into the same situation, same offensive line, same wide receivers, led the league in percentages. Only behind, I think he surpassed a lot of quarterbacks. I think he ended the year being the NFL's top quarterback stats. So I can't really get behind the blame the receivers, blame the offensive line. Marquise Goodwin almost had 1,000 yards. Trent Taylor and Keese both had 100-yard games at the same time. It's all variable to a lot of things. But I'm going to designate blame. In this case, Jimmy G can't have that same kind of game, or he's not a franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? A good quarterback can make it work. Tom Brady hasn't had the greatest offensive lines of all time, and he's got 2 receivers at a time sometimes. He wins games. Freaking Brady wins 2 Super Bowls. So it's always a bottom line is how talented is that quarterback. As Tom can make some of the worst offensive lines in the world look good. Hey, Since Day One says, what up, family? This is the Gear. The Empire Strikes Back. Yes. Anthony Baker, what's up? Anthony from Memphis. What's up, Anthony? You lucky you had that. You had the draft. Were you there, Anthony? And Road Ashley Music. I like that name. What's up, man? Can you get a Niners? Let me go to the phone and say hello to Harold. Harold, what's up?
What's up, Ronbo?
Harold, man, we're hashing about wondering who's going to win the quarterback competition. We're also wondering what in the world is Mike Clay doing, putting up algorithms that state the 49ers losing every game and winning every game by 1, and then at some point just quit on them and let them lose throughout the rest of the season. I mean,
Man.
Hey. OTAs,
man, that was a computer made that. A computer made that decision, man. I didn't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear nothing about that dude, Mike Clay, man. We're going to win we're going to win at
Harold,
least. We're going to win at least 10, man.
And you need to use a little judgment. Why post things up like that to go get flamed over? Somebody saying you just want to get clicks. Well, there's other ways to get clicks besides getting called getting cussed out. Don't make any sense. So, and just like Dave Carr, who's decided that Joe Montana is not worthy of being called a top 10 quarterback. Dave is still. Yeah. Dave must be walking around the streets in disguise. I don't know if he's back in Bakersfield or what, but Dave is. My God, Dave. Ho! Anything you want to jump on, though, Harold? Go ahead, man.
I mean, as far as that quarterback battle, man, I already know. I know Nick's got that in the bag, man.
Yeah.
I'd be seriously surprised if they went with CJ, man. And even if what's his name is going to stay healthy all year. First of all, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
yes,
but
agreed.
Even if something happened, man, even with our additions on defense, man, I think Nick Mullens is good enough to even push us too close to a playoff spot, man.
I agree.
With our defense being a lot better,
and that should count right there. That should be if you got nothing else to go on, if Nick comes in, you lose some, but not all your edge.
Yeah, if CJ's there, I don't have that as much confidence. But with Nick there, man, I still feel like we got a chance, man.
I do too. I agree. Because that's. But you know what? We've not seen CJ, and to be fair, we need to wait at least until OTAs. And you know how the media is going to be out there for a few of those days. The media will hold no punches. If Nick is looking good and CJ's looking bad, they will say so, and vice versa. Whoever's not looking good, boy, people like Grant Cohn and other critics, boy, they will not hold back. So we'll find out. Oh, God. Harold?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Somebody was calling me. I was getting another call, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, I was talking about we were making that comparison between Nick and CJ, and the confidence level that we'll have if of course the right quarterback gets out there. And the media, as I said, will be out there making judgment calls to let us know as to if CJ has progressed since last year. Is he making quicker decisions? Is he hitting the right receiver? Is he hitting him in the right position on the field and that type of thing? So we'll see.
Yeah, I was watching that Raider game on YouTube the other day, and they were actually saying Nick Mullens knows the offense better than anybody except for Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he did too.
I like him. He has confidence when he's out there, man.
Serious. You can see it in his eyes. Yeah, he said, we got a good backup quarterback.
Yes.
And,
hey, let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you something. Who do you think is going to handle our our goal line situation and our running backs. Like if we, if we're like if we're on the 2-yard line, whatever, something like that, who you think's gonna handle it, man?
I'm gonna make Jalen Hurd my main man. Jalen Hurd is gonna be freaking out.
Exactly who I'm saying.
Yeah, Jalen Hurd. You know what? Jalen Hurd's gonna be freaking people out. Every DC in the league is going to figure out, okay, this kid's either gonna run the ball or he's gonna run a quick out. What are you gonna do defensively? All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put my linebacker here. All right, you're gonna play here. All right, and keep the interior lineman. I want you to shift over there. They're gonna come up with all kind of plans, and it's not gonna work because they're gonna shoot right up the middle. George Kittle's gonna run right up the middle of the field and get a dump off. See, because Kyle Shanahan is not going to leave any stone uncovered when it comes to options. This man knows the defense as well as he knows an offense. He just prefers running an offense. If Kyle ever wanted to be a defensive coordinator, he would probably be straight money. But as it is, he knows both, and that's what makes him so dangerous. He knows what you're going to do, and he's got the antidote before you even think about it. That's what I like about him. And he's got the right weapons to do it now, too.
He's got all the weapons to do it, man. I bet you he's so happy with what he's got right now, man.
Yes. He's got juice at every position, Harold. His slot.
Man, we're gonna
wide receivers.
We're gonna have to cut some good wide receivers, man. That's what sucks, man.
I know, man.
It's a good problem, but like that's how good our receivers are now. We're gonna cut some people that we don't want to see leave.
You got Jordan Matthews, Harold, man. That dude's got experience on goal line situations. George Kittle's got and I don't know if we're going to keep Kendrick Bourne, but how many times we see Kendrick Bourne escape into the end zone last year wide open? See, some of these guys got special skills. And Kyle's sitting there thinking, man, I gotta make sure not to get rid of the wrong dude here, man, because I don't know what we're going to do. Harold, honestly, if you had to get rid of one of them wide receivers right now, just had to make a decision right now as who you think would not be able to cut it, who will not be able to rise above, who can deal with that competition out there, in your mind, the best?
I mean, I would like to see us keep 7, and I'll tell you my 7 right now.
Go ahead.
So my 7 are Devo, Dante, Kendrick, Matthews, Hurd, Taylor, and Goodwin. If we could keep all those 7, I don't know if we can, man, but I want to keep those 7, man. I think Richie James is going to be the one to go.
Yeah, I like him.
All he was really a punt kick returner, man. And I think that running back that we got from Rice could take over that position, man. That dude Austin, whatever his name is, I can't think of it.
He's got 2 first names.
I think he can. Yeah. But I think he can take over that role, man.
Debo's very good at that, too. He may end up doing it as well. And we got DJ Reed also. I mean, that's not a position that we are coming up short on. So you're right. It would be, what else can you do and who else can you beat out? And giving you every opportunity to do so. So, Richie, if you want that job, you got to go get it, man. All right, Trent Taylor, look for him to come back with a vengeance this year. If his back's not hurting, he's still Trent Taylor. Could be interesting. Anyway.
He's going to be mini Westy West. He's going to be mini Westy West.
I know, right? That's Wes Welker's boy. He's going to train him.
Yeah.
We got to go, man. I'll tell you what, I'll look for you tomorrow, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure. For sure, man. Go ahead and shout out the J-Dub Bunch, baby.
J-Dub Bunch on Harold! Yes! I'd be scared to say anything, boy. People don't like my boy J-Dub. Have a good night, Harold.
Man. All right, man. See you tomorrow.
All right. I'm still looking for J-Dub to do a job this year. Boy, I'm going to be the proudest dude in the world. Boy, Jimmy out there doing stuff, getting work done, pulling down INTs. James! Come on in, James! Wait, let me see. Big Show. This just jumps off the page. Big Show says Mullens is still raw for a backup role and thinks CJ will give Nick a run for his money. Big Show, you don't think CJ's raw? If there's going to be rawness, If I'm at a steakhouse and I'm looking between, give me the C.J. Beathard rare versus the Nick Mullens rare. I'm taking the C.J. because that meat, I like my meat just if, with a little resuscitation, that steak will come back alive. Hey, James! James, you in the house.
Yeah. I'm here, Ronbo.
James, come on in here, man. We're sitting about a
How you
backup
doing?
situation is such a vital part of the of nothing else, the confidence of this team, and also we're talking about Mike Clay talking about the 49ers according to his technology. He says we're going to win 4 games next year. And did Dave Carr have a momentary episode, maybe lapsing from CTE, when he said, I don't even put Joe Montana in my top 10 quarterbacks. He's a guy that came in with a genius genius coach. Defenses weren't ready during that time. I mean, it was like a bunch of guys going up against a bunch of junior high students. But anyway, wherever you want to start, boy, I can't get over that.
Well, some people, they can have the most satisfying answers, okay, for questions when they're not even in that category, okay. He's, he's never won a playoff game, never been to a Super Bowl unless he was there just to represent the NFL on the sideline and have a visitor's pass on.
And James, you remember when Patrick Willis said when he seen Dave coming over to San Francisco, and he said all them nasty things about him before he even got there? Willis was right on target.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he, I mean, you're a quarterback, and here's the only quarterback ever to go to 4 Super Bowls and brought 4 home, never lost. There's not a quarterback in history right now that has 4 Super Bowls and has never lost in one of them. Now, there's a quarterback that went to 9 Super Bowls, lost 3 times. I don't put him above Joe Montana, and I never will, because Montana was a perfectionist in a lot of his football play. He he didn't allow interceptions in the Super Bowl. Brady, that's not on Tom Brady's resume, or I can guarantee you can name 15 more quarterbacks that they won't have that on their resumes as going to a Super Bowl and not only just winning it, but never throwing any interceptions in it. And then, when we started to talk about, this receiver situation we do have is a good thing to have happening, for you and for your team. And it's, we're going to have some real good players are going to have to walk out of that door. I don't know. Some people, I've heard some callers that have said that, Richie James might be on the cusp. He might. But I tell you one thing, I think Richie James may actually have a better shot to remain with Kyle Shanahan. He may have a better shot than even Trent Taylor at this point to me. I really do believe that. I think that, Kyle is equating it and saying, well, look, I can put together the players right now to go win this season, not to just be just in the playoffs and that's it. Let's go. Let's see if I could put together the players. I do believe that I can win Super Bowls with. That's what he's doing. He's putting it
Yeah.
together. I mean, what it looks like on paper is one thing, but how many teams do you know could sit down and say that their team is balanced on both sides of the ball, like we have become in free agency as well as the draft? And mind you, last year we weren't getting just blown out in games. Like we had holes all over the defense with injuries and stuff like that. But we were never out there just down by 30 points in the first half or 26 points in the first half. I mean, we hung in there and found our way, which goes to show that we were just a couple of players away from being, able to compete for championships. And now, thanks be to God, we've acquired a whole bunch of players that are upgrades at multiple positions. And to get back our starting players healthy, first and foremost, our quarterback, our running back, and it just continues to go on and on. And now we've got a plethora of running backs to, play in games where, Kyle he has an obsession to just wear defenses out. It's all to it. He wants them tapping out on their helmets, asking their defensive coordinator, can they please come out the game because they wore out? Yeah. That's exactly what he's putting together. I mean, you got a putting together a freight train of tight ends. Already got the best tight end in the league. Now we get this high motor guy from Stanford, who, to me, it's almost kind of like heir apparent to Aaron Hernandez and Ron Gronkowski. And now we've got a Caden Smith and a George Kittle. And the thing about it, we've still got Jalen Hurts to be that X factor. I mean, I could just see, him just wearing defenses out late in games. Like, how do you stop this guy? We're sitting there with a 3rd and 2. And this guy motions out and comes back across the formation to turn around and take the handoff and just
running behind Mike McGlinchey. Bam! Bam! Just double shots.
6'4", 250 something pounds, running behind. I mean, it's like a deep freezer running behind a bigger deep freezer.
Yeah, refrigerator running behind a deep freeze.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so it's like I said, man, it's gonna, people can say those disparaging things because maybe they got nothing more to live for than to say something like, oh, they'll win 4 games this year and this and that. That's okay. It's okay. They'll be licking their chops when they have to realize and say that, I should have realized it when Lynch and Shanahan was putting this thing together that these guys are for real, man. Most teams don't get this evenly balanced in the amount of time that Lynch and Shanahan have been a GM, a head coach, and a GM. It usually takes GMs and head coaches
4 and 5 years minimum. And that's just to get a team that barely competes. So that's why I'm saluting these dudes, man. 2 years, coming out the toilet the first year, getting a little bit done the second year. Third year, the 49ers kicking that door down. They've been knocking, but now it's coming down. It's easy to see this time, James.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, one thing I do like, and I hope that it can all stay intact, but when it comes to getting in them playoff games late in December, early January, you got to have, in order to compete, you got to have a real rotation of defensive linemen, man. Guys you can rotate in, rotate out, where you can you can apply different elements of pressure to that opposing offense because of the defensive players you've got in the rotation. You can come at them with blitzes, all different players, different blitzing in different ways against them all day, whereas it just becomes the quarterback can't throw short intermediate passes over to the left of him to any receivers because of this linebacker Greenlaw. And then you've got this guy playing off the edge as well as a deep forward. And then on the back end, you really don't want to try testing your wills and throwing it out there in the area of Richard Sherman. Okay.
Or Verrett. I mean, that's what I love about our corners.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
James,
I mean,
we're going to have to pull up, though. I'm going to tell you what.
Sure,
I'll be looking for you. Let's go ahead and catch that tomorrow. And we're going to be along this subject line, too, as we have back what I'm thinking now. So, all right?
Okay, now. All right, man.
All right. James.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the platform you provide for us. And
pleasure.
thank you once again for another evening of Ronbo, all 49ers football. And I'll end it with you as usual. Niner Empire, Niner Polite. Have a great evening. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, James. Always waiting for that. Oh, yeah. And, okay. John Milliner, thanks, John, for the contribution. He says, what's up, Niner fam? Kyle Shanahan should train Nick to be his OC. Ooh. Because like somebody's already said, it's been said over and over again, Nick knows the playbook as well as Kyle. Kyle already said, probably the only guy on the team that knows his playbook as well as I do is Nick Mullens. He said that, and he meant it, too. You could tell. Jimmy's learning the book at that time last year. He's probably since caught up way past where he was. But at that time, Nick keeps his head in that book, I guess, man. Bullpup 33 says, if CJ's clock speaks up, they will keep him since he was drafted. Man, it's been stock, right? Well, listen. No, you got a good point there. And CJ was drafted as opposed to Nick, who was an undrafted free agent. I don't know if that's going to – Kyle's still going to go with the guy that's going to help the team the most. But he's going to give CJ every opportunity to prove himself. So we'll see what happens. The Extreme Star, Meadle 23, what's up? Mark Duggins, I think CJ had a much worse situation than Mullens. Also, you just explain that. I don't know that offensive line was the same, wide receivers were the same. Daniel, let's say 49ers fan, 5'2", running back maybe? No. Matty B was out there for CJ. Yeah, no doubts Jimmy's staying healthy, so Nick doesn't have to come off the bench except in cleanup duty. But it's nice having a reliable number two that's proven to win. Jake Anderson, what's up? And Ovo, CJ could be good, but Mullens has pretty much proved himself as a solid backup. Yeah, that's how I'm looking at between the two of them. Yeah. Hey, Big Will. Will, man, I sit back here. There's so many things to be tripping on since last Monday night. You know, Big Dave Carr losing his mind. That started the week off. And then all of a sudden we hear there's a competition. There really is one between C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullens, whereas most of us would assume there's not. But Kyle says, no, I got to look at both of them. I'm not trying to hear about y'all talking about how great Nick Mullens is. I want to know if CJ can do this. It's a dead even heat, you know. And then, of course, we got the 4-win season by Mike Clay from ESPN. And if you see his chart and how that computer abused us, you got to laugh. First you get mad, and then you got to laugh. And you got the Rams just whooping everybody, just beating them up. I'm going to go back and count the Rams wins later on. I bet they got the Rams at 14-2. Gurley's bad knees and all. Everybody leaving. 14-2 Rams. Stranglehold on the NFC West. God. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
Hey, man, I don't blame you. Look, man.
Well, you got it on speakerphone because you're like echoing in the distance.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. That's much better.
Okay. All right, man. First of all, man, David Carr, the dude is a NFL bust. Man, the dude is a bust, man. He left the league early and everything. Dude did he had no good numbers.
The sound is still, it's unlike Will's sound.
Can you hear me now, Ronbo?
Oh, that's the sound. Now I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, Will.
Man, like I said, man, Derek Carr is an NFL bust, man. He never had good numbers. He didn't last in the league for too long. The dude, he a chump, man. The dude, man, only thing known for the dude, man, is his hair. That's it, man. The dude is,
Derek's
man, the
hair
dude,
is famous, ain't it?
man, cause I remember one time, before last season started, he made a prediction that the 49ers were going to lose the first 4 games. I trolled him on Twitter and told him that he was an NFL bust for saying that, and he blocked me. So,
he's sensitive? Uh-oh. Boy, he's blocking people like crazy right now, man.
Man, the dude, he an NFL bust. He has no say-so for the NFL. Mike Clay, I heard you say about his predictions about us losing the first 4 games. Mike Clay, who is Mike Clay? I never heard of Mike Clay until 49er Web Zone reported it. I never heard of him. I looked up his Twitter. He don't even have a lot of followers.
I know.
So who is this dude? Who is he? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Ronbo. These people that are not relevant reporters in the league make accusations like this just so they can get clout. You see what I'm saying? The guy's a nobody, so he want to say this just to create an uproar towards the 49er fans or whatever, or to the main population of the sports world. You know what I'm saying? The dude is a nobody, man. He just say stuff just to make himself relevant. It's not doing him any justice. So. I mean, like I said, if you're not Adam Schefter, if you're not Peter King, if you're not Ian Rappaport, if you're not Jeff Darlington, you know what I'm saying, Albert Briggs, if you're not one of those guys, you're nothing. You're nobody. You're just somebody lying to earn a dollar. That's it, man. Grant Cohn the same way. He's just somebody that's trying to earn a dollar. He's lying and criticizing the team to earn a dollar.
God,
That's his job.
So
That's his profession.
Oh man. God,
I mean, you just gotta read between the lines, and then you know what I'm saying. And moving on to the C.J. Beathard and Mullens situation, Kyle Shanahan said he's gonna let these guys battle it out. You know, they got this word now that we saying these days when somebody's lying, it's called cap. Man, Kyle Shanahan is talking cap because you know what, Nick Mullens gonna win that starting with that backup quarterback, man. C.J. Beathard, man. The dude, he ain't got it, bro. He ain't got it, man.
Yeah.
You seen the results last year, man. You seen the results. You seen him out there on the field, man. The offense was looking so bad with him out there, Ronbo. The offense was looking so bad, bro. Nick Mullens comes in against the Raiders, torching them up, slicing and dicing them up, and then they named him the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. And for the rest of the season, we was in ball games. We was in ball games, man.
Yeah.
We was in ball games, bro. I mean, he was making more plays than CJ, man. Every time Nick Mullens had the ball, he drove the team down the field. We may not score any touchdowns, most of the time they were field goals. I ain't gonna lie, but he drove us down the field, man. Every time he had the ball. Man, he drove us down the field every time. Mm-hmm. But CJ holds the ball too long. You know what I'm saying? He's slow on his read. Yeah. I mean, I ain't nothing against him. He ain't got it like Nick do, man. Right. Nick got the fire, the passion, and desire out there, dog. When you see him, when somebody drops the pass, he gonna get on your ass. He gonna be mad. Just like when Richard James dropped that.
Everybody remembers that. Nick was mad as hell, wasn't he?
Nick was pissed.
Boink. Uh-oh. And Nick just let it go. I mean, you could read them lips, boy. Richie, you should have made that catch. It hit you right in the number. Oh, man.
Man, I'll tell you, man, Nick holds himself to a high standard, man.
Yeah,
he holds
and expect everybody around him.
And I love Nick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention it, but you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna skip that part. If Nick Mullens had to go back out there, I wouldn't be shaking in my boots at all.
No, I know that's the thing.
I'd be just fine.
Yeah, it does make you feel good, doesn't it? Yeah, I would be confident with him out there because this kid, Nick hates fail. It's not an option with him. You can tell it really drives him nuts when things aren't going well. That's why I like that attitude That's the guy I want. I don't want a guy standing back there looking like he's a little bit concerned. He's a little afraid. He looks like he's in question. He's making questionable throws. If Nick does that, it doesn't look like he knew that what it was bad was going to happen. It looks like he calculated that move, and he made that move with a lot of thought, and he did it quickly. So,
yeah, man, I'm telling you, I say I wouldn't be nervous at all. I wouldn't be nervous at all if he had to go back out there on that field because the 49ers got the defense now to where they can create more opportunities for the offense, and that'll give more chances for Nick Mullens to go out and do his thing, and give Kyle Shanahan more options to go out there to run all his good plays and trick you out your spot and score touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So I ain't even worried, man. I think the 49ers gonna win the first 3 games. They're gonna win the bye, and then they're gonna come back and beat the Browns. They're gonna go 4-0. They're gonna win the first. They're gonna win the first 4 games, man.
I the 49ers start off with a roll. Oh man, that would be so awesome.
I just can't see nobody. I just can't see nobody dominating the 49 defense that they got. You got both and Ford on the edge. You got both and Ford on the edge with Buckner, Armstead, and Thomas in the middle, man. And you got Quan and Fred Warner. We don't know who's gonna win the Sam, but I think Greenlaw gonna get it. And then you got Barrett and Sherman at the corners, man. And the safest position, they're gonna have to battle themselves out. But other than that, man,
the Will's nice. You say that about J-Dub tonight.
Man, J-Dub, I ain't J-Dub. You ain't getting no
love from Will. We got to stop though, fam. I'm gonna tell you what. I think tomorrow we need to start talking about positions and who's gonna do what. This should be fun. But let me see you tomorrow, fam.
All right, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, Ronbo, man. Like I say, Big Show, you my dog, man. But I know what you be doing on here, man. We ain't blind. You always try to go against what everybody else talk about. If we had to compare Tom Brady to Blaine Gabbert, you'll say Blaine Gabbert to Tom Brady. Come on, man. You always doing it. Man.
You seen it, right?
Ain't nobody stupid.
Big Show's in there talking about Nick Mullens is a little bit raw. I don't know. I think CJ give his run for his money.
He know he lying.
Show!
He know he lying.
Come on. And if CJ had to start, you'd be sick like the rest of us. Anyway. All right. And we'll fool around and expose Big Show. Hey, well, I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
All right, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Fuck Rudy. Fuck the Rams. They lost and they broke. And fuck Mike Clay. All right, man.
There you go. Have a good night. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Wait, that's right, huh? I just realized something. Sean used to be a huge CJ fan. He probably still is. But he doesn't think that he wants CJ out there before Sean anymore. Before Nick anymore. I don't think. He might. I don't know. But Big Show, he's always been a CJ guy, I guess, maybe. Well, we could be wrong. Big Show may have always been a big fan of, now that I think about it. Hey, Nighthawk!
Like Italian apples? I love them. Orange is my favorite. Thank you.
Nighthawk!
Oh.
What are you watching? It's Nighthawk, I'm laughing, but if you ever tuned in and I didn't know you was listening to the things I watch on TV, boy, you really would be laughing, man. I mean, some of the shows I watch, at least yours seem to have a little bit of taste. Some of the things I watch, I ain't gonna tell you what I be watching, but some of them definitely would prompt examinations. Nighthawk, come on in here, man. What's up?
What's going on?
Man, we tonight we're talking about things like, first of all, CJ versus Nick. Is that going to be a competition? Or is Nick Mullens going to pull away like he's driving the Maserati while our boy CJ's in the Volkswagen? And Mike Clay, CJ of ESPN, says your team, the 49ers, yours and my team, is only going to win 4 games this year. And while we're at it, Dave Carr says Joe Montana is not one of the top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history. And he said that with absolutely a flinch. And then he gave excuses as to why Joe should not be regarded as such. What are you thinking on this?
I don't know. He's smoking shit.
That's a good answer, probably. We're going to find out about Dave later. And hey, and not he says, you know, look at this. First of all, Bill Walsh is a genius. But Joe Montana is this guy in a position. He's at the right guy at the right time. And defenses, look at that defense. That's like a university playing against a bunch of junior high kids. It's just they weren't ready for that. Duh, Dave. There's new trends of football every few years. If whoever dominates, it means that they're good.
David Carr sucks. David Carr sucks.
Dave, let's throw a flag on him.
So I think Joe Montana belongs in the top 10.
I think 9 out of 10 people have watched football for 5 minutes in their life, even if they weren't born during the time they could see Joe play, if they've seen any footage, if they've heard any news, if they know he's won 4 Super Bowls after attending 4 Super Bowls and won MVP. And did Joe win MVP in all of them? Maybe Rice might have won 1. But the thing is, you don't win that by being lucky or the right guy in the right place at the right damn time. Dave, what the hell are you saying?
He's top 10, so.
Oh, man. He thinks Steve Young's better. I think he did say, I think at the end he said, Steve Young's better. And he said that in such a flippant fashion.
Good, but Steve Young only got like 1 ring.
That's true. They're 2 different quarterbacks, though. Steve was good. Steve was great. I don't know if he was better. He was different. So, you know.
He's good. I mean, I'm not going to put Steve Young down. He's good, but.
No, he's great. He's great. No doubt about it. Steve Young's bad. Yeah. But, you know. But anyway, how do you like, who you like between CJ and Nick? Who's going to be your backup quarterback this year?
I'm going Nick.
And I'm waiting for somebody to say, Big Show, got to call in here, man, and explain to us how CJ's going to win that competition. But, yeah, Nick makes you feel a little confident. You feel like you got a chance.
CJ, I mean, he's still afraid to get out that pocket. He's too scared to get out.
Well, yeah, that, and even when he's in the pocket, it seems.
I mean, Nick is not scared. Nick, I mean, CJ's strong. If he gets hit, he can get it back. He gets back up.
I know, you know that. That's okay the first couple of times, but, you know, if I see you getting knocked completely out, getting back up 8, 9 times, I'm getting a little concerned. I can't believe all the wide receivers are covered all the time. I cannot believe that the offensive line is the only fail out there. I got to think, CJ, you've got to make some adjustments here. As soon as you see that wide receiver go into his break, you need to put that ball where it's supposed to be, like we did in practice, and he'll come get it. Anyway.
But Nick got a better eye than CJ does.
Yeah, I got a feeling that. It's about processing and making judgment calls. As a quarterback, this has got to be a talent. If you can't do that, you certainly can't play in the NFL. So.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think Nick should be the second backup.
Yeah. We're going to find out. Because Kyle Shanahan says it's a dead even right now. There's no quarterback that he's made any decision on yet. And they will battle it out between now and preseason's end.
Yeah. But like I said, whoever said that you're going to win 4 games is stupid.
That's Mike Clay. And Mike had the unmitigated audacity to post it up on Twitter so everybody could see how the 49ers are going to lose 12 games by 2 points, except for the Rams. The Rams beat us up real good, but everybody else beats us by 1 point. 1 point.
No.
We win by 1 point 4 times.
He's smoking weed. That's what's going on with him.
And show, I mean, and Nighthawk, thing is, anybody that knows, if you've worked with a computer before in any capacity, obviously, if the computer spits out a result like that, you probably should not post it up for the public. It shows that your data systems are not feeding into it properly. The machine has nothing to go on other than some stats that you probably put in there that left something out.
So they got weapons. I'm telling you, I don't know what. They gonna be 10-6. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I kind of feel good about that, actually. That's the bottom line. 49ers lose less, more than 10 games, or not win less than, they win less than 10 games. That means they will have failed next year. That's too good of a team to lose that many games. Last year was just hope. This year, it's on personnel. That team is too talented to be losing every week. So.
Yep, I think they're going 10-6. Plus, they're going 10-6 because they got good receivers too.
Yeah. And they got a great coach, if nothing else, and a decent quarterback, if nothing else. So he proves he's elite, which could be this year. 49ers are in good shape this year, no doubt about it.
The people who talk, they hate us.
I know. Yeah, they're going to keep talking. It's okay. Let them talk.
Yeah, I want to give shout out to the Nighthawk Club.
All right. Here it is. Nighthawk giving a shout out to the Nighthawk Club. And is Nighthawk shaving? Is that something I couldn't see? Anyway, Hawk, let me see you tomorrow, fam. You ready for the shout out?
Yeah.
Niners! it's
Hit that like. Nighthawk is out.
Oh, God. So the Horny! George! What's up, fam? We got you. What's up, fam?
Hi.
Hey, that's Chloe. How you doing? How's everything tonight? I see that hat on you. It looks good, too. Your mom, that hat, great.
Woo! You ready to be nervous? Oh. Above you, put no one above you. We love you, Ronbo.
Oh, I tell you what, love you back. You guys got that down. That was done precise, too.
Yeah.
Hey! Yeah. Well, fam, it's like all of a sudden the competition we thought would never exist is in motion. Kyle Shanahan has come right on out and said, dead even from what I'm saying, I got Nick on this side, I got CJ on the other side. They're going to battle it out. I'm not listening to nobody telling me nothing. Yep. Kyle, why are you putting us through this? And then you got Mike Clay putting up a display that said the 49ers are going to win 4 games this year, and we're going to lose most of them by 1 point. And the ones we win, we ain't going to win by 1 point, too. And we got a couple of ties. Oh! And hey, all right, you gotta come up with a rhyme for Dave Carr before this season's over about Dave Carr having gone too far. The man needs to stay away from the local bar. You know what I'm saying? Because Dave comes
and you've been rhyming lately, Ronbo. Hey, I see that other title last time too. You had some rhymes to it. That was pretty cool.
Every now I like to get into that.
Ronbo. How we now? What?
Yeah.
What? Nice swag.
I love it. But anyway, what do you feel is all these things, man? What's going on?
Man, we just got back from Disney World. We was out to represent the 49ers. I tell people about you all the time, everywhere I go, sports shops, whatever. I'm like, hey, man, y'all know about Ronbo? You need to know. See about it. Ronbo, he's such good people, and you know what I mean. He talks to everybody. He's been doing it for years. And,
thanks, fam.
Part of the family, and then he'll welcome you because you're such good people like that. You welcome a lot of people coming with that.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm saying, we're gonna have such a good season this year. This is our last season for having to take abuse. I can't wait until like this time next year. It's gonna be a great season, and then
tired of the abuse. But this is I've seen you talk to a lot of the sharp callers that could be coming in, and our emotions can go up and down because I know sometimes you're just like you're feeling this way, high and low about something. But we have a real high feeling because regardless, like we've said before, like the team was suffering all these injuries, and then we had our third string quarterback come in and start banging out some wins. right? And I'm like, dude, we're not going to look like that again. And then we still got him anyways on the backup. And so we're stacking up, and it's looking good, feeling good. Everybody's pumped up for the season, just like everybody else is. And I know you are. I mean,
and I can't calm down.
The general of the podcast, man. I think like the mad general of all the podcasts. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this guy needs to have his own NFL network. Like, they need to bring you on. We've talked about this before, man. They need to bring you on. You give them such a hard time and say stuff and bring things up that would get them.
And I make it look like the WWE, Jorge. I love to, somebody say the wrong thing. I come in and I'd be all nice, and Nate Burleson sit there. So somebody recommended you, Ronbo, to come on in here and represent the 49ers today. We're going to do this from time to time with various 49er fans. And I heard you had a problem with me saying the Rams was going to own the division. And then I'd go off. I'd jump up out the chair and do like, what's the name of that singer that went crazy because he has a R. Kelly?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all trying to ruin my life.
Oh, yeah.
I jump up to the R. Kelly on him. Hey, Ronbo, could you sit down? Could you please sit down?
That every time like the Niners give or there's some kind of crazy press, it'll show you some kind of crazy shit like that. It'll be funny.
You got to go nuts.
You guys are trying to ruin our 49er life. Oh my God.
That would be fun. So, you know, but, you know, you got to be careful. You get too crazy because, like, they got the security guys come running in there and tackle you, you know. That'll be okay because then it looked like Jerry Springer's show, right? You know how Springer always had that big dude come in and calm people down as they were starting to roll toward Jerry?
Yeah. That'd be funny. What if you're on it, Ronbo, and they had to pull you back? You know what I mean? The security had to grab you off. All the haters are racking up, saying something out of pocket.
It'd be so much fun. You know, like racking the noise and screaming, let go of me. Let me go. I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to stay calm.
And then you run back in again, try to sing. Throw a chair or hit somebody or something. Oh, my God.
And as you get pulled out, Nick, I'll wait for you outside, man. I ain't through with you yet.
Yeah.
Yo, Nate, you don't know nothing about no football. You just mad because the 49ers wouldn't pick you up. They closed the door. You know?
What if you did that to all the Niners that brought us controversy? You're over there throwing stuff at them. How dare you do that to us? You know what I mean?
Well, hey, who's going to win the competition? Is it going to be between Nick and CJ? Who do you think is going to win this?
I think Nick's got the skills, but you know what? I think CJ has got so much hot coal on his ass and feet, man, to try to get something going that he's going to be trying his hardest. He might be able to pull off some plays that stick out.
Good point.
But I think in the end, there's something about Nick. He's just going to stand out because he knows he has to be out there. He knows that he's trying to do that on the back end. He knows Garoppolo. He's trying to catch his tails. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? He's probably even thinking like, man, Garoppolo maybe still trying to get better. Man, I might be able to shine and get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, because Nick's got that kind of mind. You're right. He does think he's the best, and that's good.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with that.
And as you were saying, he stays in that book. You know, people that are consistent, right? You can hear any motivational speaker and people that just got it in their spirit already. They got that dog in them, like, you know what? I'm going to stay pounding away in the books. I'm going to stay pounding away on the field. I'm going to come out here and, whatever you put your life into, it gives itself back to you. And it might just go out there and just ball out.
It is.
You know?
Could be destiny, or it could be fate, man. It could be his. Yeah. Boy, you can't keep a good man down.
If we just keep him, man, we have an automatic security blanket to be like, you know what, dude? If Jimmy happens, that something happens. If just something were to happen, we got him, Mm-hmm. So, and man, for the most part, I think we seem to preserve ourselves pretty well. We fight.
That's what it would be.
Don't give up. They don't be giving up. If you've seen some of these youngsters, and I think it has a lot to do with the coaching. We got better coaching coming in.
Lots better.
Show dividends on the field as well. Like, you know what? We got the conditioning coaches. We got all these every coach that's set up for every part of the positions that we have, and you know what? Somewhat cleaned house, but we got these new guys in here. I think they're gonna show out, man. Wes Walker's gonna teach them, critique them routes, man, everything, man. I just can see it.
And the defensive line coach, Joy, we may have one of the best defensive line coaches in there. You know, Chris Kasurik, with the kind of talent he's got out there now, somebody will get hurt real bad this year from that defensive side of the ball. I'm looking forward to this because he's got the talents he needs to do the things he likes to do. Oh, I'm telling you right now, that's going to be special.
It's going to be beautiful, you know. Such a master on the field going there, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to go in there and be able to pan stuff out, draw these plays out, and we're going to go ahead and bang some wins out, actually, because it's, well, dude, we're going to have, you know what, everything's going to go up. Sales they're probably all up already, everything. Merchandise, everybody's jerseys are going to be getting bought.
There you go.
Bandwagons are going to come in. I don't even care, you know what
I
mean? So I think I've talked about with you. They can come on in, man, whatever, man.
Let them come on in. You know, because we're gonna watch them as they come in, and we're gonna watch them as if they have to leave. You know, and so hey, who's gonna be the first guy to get a Wisnowski jersey? That's what I want to know because I'm waiting for it to come out.
You know what? When it comes to what if it comes out where they have some deals on them somewhere at some store? You know, you might just have to scoop it up.
Got to do it. Chloe, man, we got to go, fam. Hey, you and Chloe, I want y'all to have a great night. I'm looking for y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, Chloe! Yes!
Chilling with the fly 49er feeling. Oh, we woo with that 49er swag. We love you, Ronbo.
Love you back, fam. Y'all have a good night. Oh, what a great relationship between dad and daughter, man. I love it. Hey, look at that. Let's go to Tip Travis Wilson. He says, I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan. Watch her in high school and college. Beast like a bleep. We're about to go fan. And then Jamel says, if Nick Mullens is embracing competition, C.J. Beathard better bring it. Get rid of the ball, C.J. Dog. I kind of like that. Get rid of the ball, C.J. Dog. And Billy Thibodeau. Yo, El Paso faithful Billy. What's up? Manny say, what up, Night Empire? What up? What up, Manny? Travis Wilson. Hey. Thanks, Travis. I won't read that. I just gave it to myself. Thanks. And Brian Culp, he said, remember, I remember when you were a CJ fan. No, you know, Brian, of course I was a CJ fan. When he was out there, I'm always going to support who's out there. I was one of the people that got flack and beat up because everybody says Hoyer was having troubles. Bring CJ in, he can be the Jack Stowe Montana in the making, man. Come on, get Hoyer out of there. I said, wait, guys, wait a minute. Let CJ get some seasoning first. Don't put him out there right now. Wait a minute. Put him out there. Oh. But you know, I'm never going to go away from what I said, though. CJ has one of the best deep throws possibly in the league. He does that really nicely. Well, you know what? Let's CJ could put on a display this year. He may have learned some things and worked on some things. I think he knows what he needs to work on, and he probably went and talked to people and work with people who could actually make him or help him out with that. So we'll see. He may have kept that a secret. So, and Brian, I'm not hating on CJ. I'm thinking just Nick might be the better guy for the job. So, let me bring him in here right. Wait, let me get a sip of this this water. I thought I was going to say some yak. I'm going to go sit yards after the catch, baby. Niners for the ride.
My man, Mr. Ronbo, what's going on, baby?
Oh, Rod, man, I'm just raking over the coals, man. You know how you get that barbecue ready, man? You put a little lighter fluid on there, watch them glow up. They get warmer and warmer. Pretty soon you got the whole neighborhood smelling like briquettes. Then here come them neighbors that never saying a word to you. Hey, what's up, Ronbo? Man, what you cooking, man? I'm minding my own business cooking. Get away from that dough. But the briquettes are starting to warm up. Rod, it's almost time to put the meat on the grill, man. It's looking good. I'm telling you, I'm looking at the coaching staff. I'm looking at the additional personnel. And I'm saying, listen, I may have been talking crap the last couple of years, but no matter what crap I talk this year, I got some horses to back it up now. And then there's Kyle Shanahan sitting up and talking about CJ versus Nick Mullens. I'm telling y'all right now, it is going to be a dead even heat. I'm going to look at both of them. And then you got, of course, Mike Clay, which I think, did you, oh no, you and I were talking about Dave Carr on Twitter. But then you also got.
Oh, we was talking about Mike, too. You made
a comment
about Mike, and I said,
Mike.
I raised my hand, that would be me.
That's right. I said, who's still talking to Mike? That's right. You're the first one. Anyway, jump on all this stuff, Rod. Wherever you want to start, go right ahead.
First of all, listen, you know what, man? Give me a damn installment.
Oh, yeah. And now, it's Sunday night. Let me holler at you.
Stay the car.
I forgot
you
about it.
Disrespectful motherfucker. You disrespectful as fuck, man. First of all, you sucked as a Houston Texan. You sucked as a 49er. David Carr, do you realize if your brother Derek Carr never wins another NFL in his career already still better than yours was? I'm still wondering how the motherfucker got a job on, what is it, NFL
Network?
Ronbo, why do they care what this man think?
Nobody. You may be getting talked to about that now. He may not be back next week.
He had the audacity to say that Joe wasn't. Not only was Joe not a top 5, but not even a top 10.
Oh God, Jesus, Dave, what are you doing?
You're talking about one or two only quarterbacks to go undefeated at 4-0. But unlike Terry Bradshaw, Joe never threw a pick. Never threw a pick in the Super Bowl. That's disrespectful, dog.
And the kicker wasn't coming out there to save him on no given occasion either.
Yeah, and then look at the names that he outdued in Super Bowls. We whooped Dan Marino. We whooped John Elway. We whooped Boomer Esiason.
Yep.
And what his name? Anderson, last name. The other one is in Cincinnati.
Oh.
Ken Anderson.
Ken Anderson.
His name. Yeah, so it's like, and I mean, no disrespect to Tom Brady, but I mean, the only thing they can remember more about Brady is he lost to Eli twice.
You cannot erase that. That does not look. And look at Eli now. I mean, Eli was good, but it might have had more to do with something else going on. But man, Tom, we didn't lose to no one quarterback twice. Man.
But who's the original comeback kid of the NFL?
He is. And it brings new meaning to cardiac attack. Joe! Smoking Joe!
I just wanna know what the hell make his opinion even matter. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn what you think, Derek. I'm sorry. David.
I wonder if the NFL network executives had a talk with Dave. Dave, we brought you in here, we respect you and all that, but if you ever say anything like that against something that's obvious, we'll have to pull your card. I would too. If I was an NFL network exec, I'd try to remain partial, but I said, Dave, come on, Dave, don't be saying stuff like that. God.
Yeah, man. I mean, this guy was absolutely awful as a 49er. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. Remember Willis didn't want him.
He sucked at preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted him, man. And I mean, moving off of him, man. I'm thinking him, man,
I think you spent all day talking about Dave.
Empire time,
Yeah.
But back to this Nick Mullens and CJ Beathard, man. I mean, this is where I see it. We both know that Kyle Shanahan wants the guy he drafted to succeed. We both know that.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to say, I'm going to just be interested to see how comfortable CJ Beathard is versus the 2 years before, I mean,
good measure.
People say he doesn't have an arm, but that man had an arm now.
No, CJ can throw
when
it.
He had time to throw. Yeah, when he had time to throw it, and he, was able to make the throw. He threw some picks, but I mean, he showed some ability to get the ball downfield as a rookie. I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So, for anybody, especially a rookie, to come into the NFL playing in Kyle Shanahan's playbook, I mean, expect it to be a process for him to have to actually learn that stuff. And I mean, I think the other reason, besides, him just being a third-round pick, is that, Nick Mullens probably doesn't have as much of the playbook down as C.J. Beathard too, why he's rated over him on the depth chart. I mean, we saw Nick Mullens have some good success, but I mean, thing you got to look at is how many plays he actually executes on the field. He had a lot of mistakes as well. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see as far as a third season, the competition.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it, Rod. It's gonna be that's gonna be interesting because we don't know exactly what we're gonna see from CJ. We know what to expect from Nick, so it should be interesting.
Yeah,
Rod, tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, Rod, and see what else develops.
Okay.
Boy, I can't wait for the first day of camp. Something's gonna leak out. We'll find out something because the media is not gonna come in until Tuesday, but we'll see.
Well, all I said this before I go, man. The only thing I hope we do is just make it to the regular season with everybody off the injured list. That's my biggest number one concern. If we can do that, I feel good going into the season. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this new trainer through that, the boys in high. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Sports science,
yeah.
I know.
Let's hope these are the right guys, man.
I hope so.
But anyway, peace out to the Empire. Peace out to you, man. I know it's been a minute. I had to call and holler at you for a few. I appreciate the time, and if you don't mind, tell them who we are.
Niners! For the man, Rod.
Catch you Monday Night Raw, baby.
Looking for you too, Rod. Have a good night. I was just thinking I thought I saw Trey from VA. Let's see if he comes down the aisle in the same fashion. And hailing from the great state of Virginia, he is one of the founding members of TNT. Welcome, Trey from VA. Notice how he never drops that urn?
And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo, how are we doing tonight, sir? How are you?
Trey, I'm trying to tell you, man, I don't know when I've been so enthusiastic of going into a season. I think I may have been pretending the last 2 years, but this year, Trey, I am just bubbling.
Yeah. Shout out to the rest of TNT. Shout out to all the supporters of the Ronbo show. Everybody tuning in. It has been so cute, so cuddly, so warm.
I was wondering when it was coming.
Nice. Warm and so nice.
Terrible.
And all that is over now. It's over now. I promise you that. Apparently,
yes.
Ronbo, David Carr's making a few suggestions, man. Don't you hate it when somebody that doesn't do anything, hasn't done anything, opens up their mouth? Don't you hate that, Ronbo?
And steps way out of line while they're doing it. Wow.
Steps way out of line, but you know what? You haven't done anything. Closest thing you've gotten to a bowl is a bowl of cereal. You worried about Super Bowls? You don't have any playoff. But what brings me to say that about people not doing anything is this fictitious fan club that I have to hear about day after day, week after week.
J-Dub Bunch!
Never utter those words around me again. This man has not made a play since since guys like
Jim Thorpe
Colin Kaepernick was on that team. He's not made a play. He's not made. Oh my gosh, my little cousin, he watches with me. He doesn't know what that. He doesn't know. He's the guy that's never there. But he has made $14 million. But let's get to the point, Ronbo. Let's get to the point because we don't want to sit here, Ronbo. I am very, very concerned. Everybody's talking about offense this and offense that, and we're gonna score all of these points, Ronbo. We got weapons.
We're talking defense. We're talking defense. I thought.
We dig deeper with TNT. We're always looking for the outliers, and so the problem is, Ronbo, is our offensive line. All right, we're getting to the nitty gritty. We're getting to OTAs. It's time to put the plan in motion, Ronbo. Our offensive line. Now, when you look at our offensive line, we're ranked 9th. No, excuse me. I think we're ranked 10th in run blocking. It's like, wow, it's a really good run blocking unit, right, Ronbo? But we are ranked 22nd in pass blocking.
Yeah.
22nd. Joe Staley had a lot of problems last year. People don't want to talk about that. They sweep it under the rug. D Ford, our newly acquired D Ford.
Beat him.
He beat him a few times.
Yeah.
But who I am the most concerned about, Ronbo, is our soft as cotton guards.
Center. Oh.
Oh, no, the center, too. The middle of our offensive line is trash. If you remember the first game of the year, you remember Jimmy couldn't do jack against the Vikings because of that inside rush? You remember that? Do you remember getting eaten up?
I'm real scared about Weston Richburg. Really, there's one thing that does concern me is Weston.
About that. But nobody's talking about that. Yeah. And I will not be in the J-Dub fan club by week 4. I saw that. And I will not.
I just don't understand. I've already got a card. I sent to you already.
We wanted a formal and fun. But see, why are we doing this, Ronbo? People are out here excited about you guys would get swindled by a con man if you could. I'm telling you now because you've never seen anything. Where is the hope? There should be a lot more people on TNT side to say that you haven't done it, Jimmy, in 5 years. You've made a lot of money. You've made over $20-something million. And you hasn't
played 5 years worth of football games.
Exactly, Ronbo. I haven't got my return on. Do you know what ROI is? It means return on investment, and I haven't gotten it. You can't help the club if you're in the club. Your best availability is availability. Your best ability is availability. I mean, but you know what? Back to the offensive line real quick, Ronbo. So we can run block, but we can't pass block. We got to upgrade this offensive line, or they got to upgrade their play. And since we can't upgrade any more players, they got to. So just dig deep into that, guys. If we want to run the ball, if we want to be a ferocious passing team, Jimmy's coming off of an injury. The offensive line has got to step up and pass pro. Wouldn't you say, Ronbo?
No, I agree. I'm hoping that Kyle does. If he's going to run the ball as well and efficiently as he plans on doing, I don't want Jimmy in anything but play action. I want him rolling out of that pocket. I want him running loops so wide that you can't see.
We got to adjust that.
Yeah.
So, and then shout out to Ronald Blair because this whole time I've been like, man, who's going to be our third pass rusher? But that man had 5.5 sacks on the low last year.
Ronnie Blair is way underused. I thought he should have been used more.
You need that third pass rusher. You need that guy because we got Bosa. We got D Ford. You need that guy that's going to give them a blow, that's going to come in. There's going to be no drop-off. And I think in a wide 9, Ronnie Blair, 98.
Yes.
I think you're very good.
Especially
Ronbo,
in that formation.
I think coming off the edge. And so I'm telling you guys right now that Jimmy Ward has done nothing. He's not had an interception.
Trey, your campaign is not going to dislodge the club.
My campaign is not going anywhere.
We are still going to keep the doors.
It's a club of losers. That's what it is. It's a losers club. And if you want to be
on the wall
with a bunch of losers,
we got dub shirts. Fine, okay? And Trey, you should contribute to the club.
Jimmy Ward was a free agent, and nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. Not all 31 teams said, get that trash out of here.
Non-profit organization. And we will put the money back in the dub
There's
communities.
No profit with Jimmy. You're right about that. There's no profit with Jimmy Ward because all it is take. We shelling out money and we haven't received the interception.
I'm telling you, I got his stats with me right here, Trey.
Can we get a PBU? Can we get a PBU?
Now. 4
all right, Ronbo.
INTs this year, Trey. 4.
Yo.
At least 8 breakups.
4.
At least 4
that
for 4 INTs.
That would quadruple his career total, Ronbo. You're asking that man to have 4 times the interceptions that he's had in his career this year?
Is that what the club is about? All the confidence in the world.
About? You know what, Ronbo?
Yes.
Let's put a little wager. Let's put a little wager on this, Ronbo. Are you Are you confident in that 4 interception total by Jimmy Ward this year?
Well, I might have gotten a little carried away. Okay.
No,
how
mean,
about,
let's
how
talk
about
about it
2?
tomorrow, Rumble. We'll call back tomorrow. We'll talk about it because I want to make a proposal. Okay, I want to propose that TNT gets to co-host a show with you if Jimmy Ward does not have 4 interceptions. And this is a family. Not just, This is a family, Rumble.
That's always
I think that
that's always been available. But that's absolutely no problem.
I think. Okay, then. I think so, Ronbo. Shout out to the chat. It's been so live. Shout out to everybody that has anything to do with the behind the scenes of this show, putting it together, Ronbo.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
Thanks, Trey.
For always being the man that comes through. Yeah.
I just want to add to that, though. You guys will also co-host if J-Dub does get the amount of things that I put on his own
you know what, Ronbo? You bring me back. You bring me back, and I will apologize. But you know what? Until then, I just need everybody to admit that I told you in 2017 Jimmy Ward wasn't good enough. I told you in 2018 Jimmy Ward wasn't good enough. And I'm telling you in 2019 Jimmy Ward isn't good enough. And if I'm wrong, then that means that I would have been wrong the last couple of years, and the stats prove it. Now let's get somebody in here. You know what? We have a better chance of Adrian Colbert coming back to number 30. He needs
He's not out of the mix, so I will not say that Adrian Colbert's not going to be in. We'll jump on that tomorrow.
Shout out to I know you got a lot of people. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to TNT. And the only people that will not get a shout out is the people a part of that terrible plan. Now, everybody that wants to defect to this side because you like playmakers and you don't want to be a loser, we'll take you. Shout out to everybody, man. We love having fun on this show, man.
Thanks, Trey. I appreciate you, fam.
Man.
Looking forward to talking to you all. All right. I just realized Trey has given me a great idea. I've got to get at least a 12 by 12 photo of J-Dub. And I don't necessarily want him in his uniform. We just want maybe get him in like one of his high school pictures, some big smile on his face and everything. And just post that up, representing the J-Dub bunch. Because I know it's going to just drive Trey nuts. Skywalker! Come on in, man.
Hey, Ronbo.
Skywalker,
what's going on, man?
Well, I'm sitting here having as the founding member of the J-Dub Bunch Club, I'm having to fend off attacks on my boy, Mrs. Dub's baby boy, Jay. And it's rough, man.
I know, man. Trey's hilarious. He gets me laughing every time on that J-Dub Bunch.
Hey.
But hey,
go ahead.
I'm talking. I love getting started talking on camp battles and the 53. I mean, there's some serious battles going to be going on this summer.
Yeah, I mean, it goes way beyond Nick and CJ. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at that wide receiver spot. Everybody wants to talk about it, and it breaks down to who can play special teams. That's who's going to make the final 2 spots. So.
Right.
You can pick who you want, but Pettis, Hurd, Goodwin, Debo, they're locks.
Yep.
So it comes down to Jordan, Matthews, Taylor, James, and Bourne.
Yeah.
And Matthews doesn't play. He doesn't play special teams.
So
I think it comes down to Bourne. I think it comes down to Bourne and James. Trent. I'm not sure about him with his back. I mean, back surgery is no joke.
Oh, I forgot about Trent, too. Hey, how about this dude, Poindexter? I understand that he's no joke either, and it may have been a mistake that he wasn't drafted, but since there were so many defensive players taken this year, Poindexter might have got overlooked. We're going to that's going to be a rough room. That is a rough room. There's a couple other guys in there, too, I think, that we don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I like surprises, so if that kid can come out and play, let's get him in there.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
But I like what Trey's bringing up with the O-line. I mean, I'm an O-line guy. I loved it when we took McGlinchey last year. I was jumping up and down screaming, just totally blindsided the whole draft.
Nobody's seen that coming.
But we're definitely weak on the interior for sure. But that kid Ross Reynolds, and I think I'm with you on Garnett. I think they're going to both step up.
Oh yeah. Because remember last year when they said Tomlinson, we're not renewing Laken Tomlinson's contract, and I thought they'd had enough of Laken Tomlinson, right? They said the same thing about Garnett this year. Is That's got to be a ploy to get him to get up and let's go or get the hell out. So I think we see something from Garnett this year. Now he knows people ain't playing with him.
Yeah, for sure, a little added incentive, motivation.
Mm-hmm.
But we picked up a sneaky pick. We got Ben Gardner. He was with Shanahan in Atlanta for a couple of years. He's a center/guard.
Yeah.
So the dude can play. He's got system experience. So I think he's going to compete too.
Remember the guy named Eric?
I think interior.
What's that guy's Eric? What's the Eric. There was another guy. What?
You got Ben Garland, and then you got.
No, I'm talking about the guy we had 2
Warren.
years ago. Remember the guy that looked kind of decent? What's Eric's last name? Anyway, big blonde guy. He kept getting hurt though. Oh man. Anyway, there's a few candidates that can actually come in and play. I'm more concerned about center than any position on the field. The guard spots, there's guys that actually could come in and do things, I think. But who's going to play center and do a good job?
Richburg, Magnuson.
Eric Magnuson, that's what I'm trying to think of. Is it time to take a better look, closer look at Magnuson? Because Richburg, man, he gets beat up and kind of easily.
Yeah. And we'll see. It's time to prove it for sure. And like Trey was saying, we got to protect Jimmy. So.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna get that ball's gonna get released so fast.
Yeah,
they're not gonna have a time.
That's why I'm not.
Jimmy's gonna have the cleanest jersey on the field next year.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna look like he has a brand new jersey by the end of the game.
Tell you, especially this. One thing. Also, Skywalker, you need an offensive line to work together for a while. That line's been together for a year now. They may have something to offer this year above what they had last year, just from being together for this length of time. There could be an upgrade in talent. Witchburg needs to stay healthy. I don't know what he's going to do. Take more vitamins, drink more milk, but he's got to stop wimping out. People beat him up too easily, way too easily. So we'll see.
Hey, I want to throw a wrinkle in that wide receiver competition. If Caden Smith can step up and take over number 2, I think Selleck might be gone, and I think they move. I think they move Hurd down to tight end, and that opens up another spot at wide receiver.
Oh.
Because I think they keep 6. I think they keep 6 wide receivers, and they'll keep three tight ends. So it's all on Caden, and I think that dude's going to show up in camp. And I think Selleck time is over. So that could be a little wrinkle in the X factor.
Could be too, because it's a cap hit that you be getting rid of. If you let Selleck go, you're saving money actually. Because Selleck's getting somewhere between $5 and $6 million or something like that. So you save that. And
we got more upside with Caden and Hurd. But the D line, man, don't worry about the D line. The D line's set.
Oh.
I mean, it's Bosa.
We got to get rid of some people off the D line.
No, they're keeping all the names everybody wants. They rolled with 10 in the 53 last year, and I can. All 10 names that everybody keeps mentioning, they're staying.
Okay.
So nobody's going.
Because you're going to need them. You're right. As soon as you get rid of a guy, you're going to come up short.
All right. But I think somebody's going to have to move out to edge because I think Thomas is going to stay inside. So somebody's going to have to convert to edge.
You got Ronnie Blair, who could have been in it. I mean, Blair can do that better than Solomon T. anyway. So there's not going to be a problem there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You got Blair, you got Street, you got Taylor. But you also, I mean, you got 4 guys inside already with Day and Jones and Armstead and Buckner. So
hey, don't forget about Armstead. You're right.
Just a solid rotation. Yeah.
Skyrock, we're gonna go. But I tell you what I'm gonna do, man. I look for you tomorrow, and hope you got some time.
All right, I'm on that Mullens train.
I know, man.
Beathard can take a break.
We'll see what happens to him, man. I feel bad for him because I know he's trying. We'll see what happens. All right. Have a good night, Skywalker.
Hey, and thanks, man. Thanks for being the voice of reason, man. I'm tired of people coming in here hating on John Lynch in that front office.
Oh, I know. They
don't realize what these guys are doing.
I tell you.
So
give
please,
it a
keep speaking the truth and
I
and
promise.
quiet that noise, man. Quiet that noise.
Agreed. All right, fam. Have a good night.
See you, Ronbo.
See ya.
Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't. Nobody put no team like the 49ers coming up out the dirt up in 1 year. 2 years, if you're lucky, you get started. We're going to the third year, and the 49ers getting ready. I'm telling you, somebody could get beat up this year, and it's going to be at the 49ers' hands, too. Hey, Jason!
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Jason, man, sit back here.
I hear y'all.
Yeah, all right. Well, you jump on in any way you want to. How you doing tonight?
I hear y'all. First and foremost, Ron, I want to apologize. About 2 weeks ago, I fell asleep on the line. You know, I'm on East Coast time. I had a rough day.
Oh.
I've never done that before. I'm getting old, Ron, but it's okay. It happens to us all.
You know, in the East Coast, you're
That's
not getting
out of the
old.
way.
It's the end of the day. You have a right to be tired. It's
Yeah,
okay.
but I didn't mean to do it. But as far as the battle, man, I see it's interesting that Dave Carr's statement, the answer lies in his statement, you know, as to the Mullens and Beathard battle. You know, Mullens sat kind of like Aaron Rodgers-esque, sat behind, studied the system, went from the practice squad. I mean, I love Mullens, man. He could start somewhere, I think, if given the opportunity. So Beathard, he strikes me as a slow learner.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a very sharp guy. I hate to say that about a guy, but, you know, when he's talking, I'm like, maybe he took a hit somewhere that we didn't see that first year. Remember when our line was just letting him get toe up? And, you know, then Jimmy G came in. He took a few to the chest, which I like to see. Jimmy could deliver the ball under pressure. That's why I like Jim, because under the pressure, he still puts it where it needs to be. Beathard is not going to win this battle right now unless he's a late bloomer like Matt Ryan was in Shanahan's system, and it's just a matter of grasping, you know, all the terminologies and the X's and O's. But Mullens stepped in there, and I don't see that being a real battle at all, honestly. And no disrespect to Beathard. I think he has the tools, and that goes back to the David Carr thing. For one, we must understand David Carr did really great in Fresno State. He was, I think, the top pick that year. Like Alex Smith, though, he was thrown into a Texans team that was, you know, they're just now starting to look decent with Hopkins and, you know, Watson. He went out, but Texans have been horrible, like the Bucks, the old Buccaneers of the '80s. Like Texans was not a team to really go to. Kind of like this kid Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't go to the Pelicans. It'll destroy his career. You know, I mean, he'll do good. He'll get a Nike deal. He'll get his statistics. Yeah. But as far as being in contention for a ring, you know, you go like Karl Malone. But Montana, it's debatable whether he's in the top 3. But to exclude him from the top 10 and to try to say it's the system, well, you could say that about any great quarterback. When you look at Brady, it's going to be a great system that wins the chip, because then you got a guy like Marino, who, to me, Marino was a bad motherfucker, but he never had a running back, never had great defense. He had Mark Duper, Mark Clayton. He never really had a great team or system around him, to me. You know, so you could play this game, you could grow that any way you want. You could play that game. Well, what if Tom Brady, you know, went to the Giants or any team? You know, what if Alex Smith goes to Green Bay? Yada, yada, yada. So that's not an argument that really you can have. You can just look at his body of work. Look at his body of work. He was chosen by the Niners. We did have a great squad, but also the rules, you know, guys were getting laid. In fact, that's what happened to Joe Montana. He got laid out by Leonard Marshall.
Yeah.
He was able to stay in there like Jimmy G and deliver the ball with a helmet in his chest. And he did it for at least 10 years. He won in 1981. Then he went in 84. Nobody's doing that. You got to have skill to do this. To throw the catch to Dwight Clark. Come on, let's get past that whole argument. Dave Carr he's kind of probably bitter because the system he was into wasn't great.
Never promoted his skills.
Yeah, it made him. I mean, he was the most sacked quarterback in history or something like that at the time.
I never looked into that.
He's
Was
a
it
little
that
dizzy.
bad? Oh, damn.
He's a little dizzy, Ron. You got to, he's a little punch drunk. He looks sharp. He looks like he could go for a cast of Superman or something.
Sure, yeah.
But he's punch drunk.
Yeah, no.
The guy's punch drunk. Let him have his time, whatever. Now Mullens, he's gonna be our backup. That's just gonna be what it is. Poindexter is gonna be a starter, Ronbo. I watched the highlights. He has the speed, he has the hands, and he's young. He's one of these young freaky kids.
And got all that length.
Randy Moss.
Yes.
He reminds me of Moss. He has speed, Ronbo. I've seen him catch a ball. A defender was like 2 yards within him, and he caused a 10-yard separation in seconds. I said, damn.
Because if he don't play for us, he's going to play for somebody.
Yeah, people are sleeping probably because of where he was drafted. It was undrafted free agent.
Undrafted,
my Lord. Criminal. We need to extend the draft probably to round 9 the way it's looking. We got Matt Breida undrafted. If it doesn't hurt his ankle.
He's one of the best in the league, actually. If he stays, because he can run that stretch zone. Oh, man, if you want a textbook of film of how you're supposed to run that zone, Matty B can do that.
Matty's going to be our starter, Ronbo. He's going to be our workhorse back, Ronbo. I think we need to accept he sees the whole. I like all the other guys, Coleman. I like McKinnon, but Breida, he showed me something. Yeah. McKinnon has never been every down back in any year he's ever played.
He doesn't. You know what? He's
never been the workhorse,
and he doesn't need to be now. What he needs to be is what he is: a mismatch. I'm going to put him on the guys that have no chance against him, and Jimmy G's going to hit him in stride, and then he takes over from there. That's what he does. See, so
I like that tight end we got too. This 6'8" dude. I hope he can block. If he can block,
I don't know. He can definitely block.
He can be a great blocker.
Yeah.
I can see us having no problem where's our kicker? That's what's problem. That's causing problems.
See,
this guy's
don't
talking
mention
about
that.
4 wins.
Everything was going fine until you mentioned that, Jason. Boy, Robbie's still sitting back in Chicago saying things like, they won't let me go. I don't know what I need to do to make them let me go.
So there's still no word of what we're going to do with the kicker situation, huh?
Robbie doesn't show up. Yeah. We got a problem. Wouldn't that be something? We get all the way to opening day, and I think Robbie's agent has already alluded toward he'll be there when it's time to be there, but he's not going to attend practice and act like he's wanting to be on this team. So, okay, fine.
That can make a great difference if we have some obscure kicker. That could be the difference between
winning
11-5
and 9-7,
8-8,
or worse.
Like that.
Exactly.
Close game because we're going to have some close games. Our schedule isn't really a cakewalk.
No, especially the second half.
So,
Jason, let me see you tomorrow if you get some time. We'll try to get to you earlier if we see you there.
Monday Night Raw it is, Ronbo.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, fam.
Peace.
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
All
right. Man, Jason reminded me of Robbie. I was feeling okay. You ever get this weird feeling when you start thinking about Robbie Gould? And what if he decides, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm not going out there. I told the 49ers I didn't want him. I wanted out. And what do? They hit me that friggin' franchise tag. Well, they got no right. This is America. I'm a free man to do what I want to do, and I'm not going. Robbie! No! Be a man. Stick up to your responsibilities. Come on out and fulfill this agreement and do one more year. And then go your merry way. Sean, I'm sorry. I get people can't say Robbie Gould's name around me anymore. I get all out of sync, kilter, weird. How you doing? Hey, Sean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How are we doing, buddy?
Doing all right. I just got that off my chest. I'm okay now. I feel relieved, actually. Man, it is what it is. We'll find a kicker. Even if Robbie didn't show up, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Can you kick, Sean?
Right. Not at all. Not at all.
Still got to work that.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm not your guy. Definitely not your guy.
Anyway, Sean. Well, the subject matter tonight, we were just talking about you a little while ago. As Big Show has said that Nick is probably too raw to be considered, just without any second guess or thought or any competition, that he is the man. So, and I know you probably feel something similar. Am I right?
Yeah, I was a big advocate of CJ. Definitely. Look, I just think that I think CJ Beathard's the better quarterback. I just don't know if he's the better quarterback for this system, if that makes sense. I really do.
Good point.
I really do like CJ. I really do like CJ Beathard a lot. But as far as this system goes, I'm not. I hate to say it, but I think for this system, Nick Mullens might be the guy, because it doesn't really what Shanahan's doing. It doesn't really call for a lot of deep balls. It doesn't really call for a lot of those type of things for CJ's strength. Now, if CJ can get it, if CJ can get it together as far as learning the playbook, I think Kyle Shanahan would definitely utilize those strengths, if that makes sense. But it's one of those things where Mullens, then you hit the nail right on the head. Mullens was able to sit back for a complete year, before he even set foot on the field and play a game. Actually more than that, actually. CJ Beathard, it was like he was thrown into the fire immediately. He is so CJ Beathard had a rough go on it. Nick Mullens, pretty much, he came in undrafted. He wasn't no high expectations, anything like that.
No pressure.
CJ, exactly. Exactly. And then it was one of those things where he got drafted by this regime behind Brian Hoyer. Okay, we know what Brian Hoyer did, and then boom, here you go, CJ, have fun with it, and he had a rough go, man. I mean, a lot of people got to understand, and I'm guilty of it too. A lot of us sit back and we criticize and we critique and all these things, but none of us can do what any of these guys can do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So he's had a rough go, man. He's really had a rough go. I'm rooting for him though. Don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for him. I hope CJ can really turn it around, because I'd hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it, man. I don't think Jimmy G's gonna make it through the season. I really don't.
Come on,
I just
John!
feel like
That's bad luck.
I'm just saying. It is what it is, man. I believe at some point, during the season, he's probably going to miss 3 or 4 games. And it might be in the middle of the season. He might come back. He might get a fucking concussion. You can't help concussions, syndrome. You can't help concussions. Yeah, I mean, so it's just either way. I think both these guys are going to find themselves within the organization. Okay. And I honestly deeply feel that they're not putting a whole lot of stock into Jimmy G's health right now. I mean, coming off an ACL, man, it's not as easy. People say, it's a lot easier than it is now than what it was 15, 20 years ago. Yes, but it's a grown man's game that they're playing. That's a whole different animal that they're playing. So, and
there's a mental element involved in that kind of injury too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But quarterbacks can have a better chance. Now, the guy that's to be concerned with is Jerick McKinnon. Is he still feeling like Jerick McKinnon? Because all the cuts and things he does, his game is predicated on being really healthy. So he's the guy that I'm more concerned with. Jimmy's just got to step back in the pocket and roll out and do things like that. The offensive line's job is to keep it off him, but also the play calling has got to keep Jimmy getting that ball, get it out of his hands as fast as possible too. So I don't see him as in much danger.
I think Jerick McKinnon, I think he's going to be utilized as more as a receiving back. He's going to be getting those quick first downs when there's an opening. He's going to take it. If not, he's just going to try and get that first down and get out of bounds. He's not going to be doing a lot of crazy shit. Yeah. I think the guys who are really going to be carrying the load is going to be Brady and Coleman. Is what I really feel.
Ball carriers,
not to knock. Yeah. So. That's how I feel about that. But, look, both those guys are going to be within the organization, Beathard and Mullens. I really believe it. I really believe it. I just do.
Could be. You never know. Because this team is overloaded in some positions. I figure, like somebody just mentioned, last call, Jason says, they're probably going to keep all those defensive linemen. I do know, you look at how Lynch is doing. Lynch does love him some defensive linemen. So he probably is going to try to keep all of them, maybe more than one or two that he should. The secondary, oh, man. When you look at that unit, who do you think they're going to not keep? Because this kid they drafted in the 6th round, he has a lot of issues with health as well. If he can pan out, I think Maben will lose his spot.
You talking about the D-line?
No, I'm talking about secondary now. You
the
got Richard
secondary.
Sherman, you got Jason Verrett, you got Javarius Moore, you got Akello.
Yeah.
Now those are the main backups. With that kid we pick up in the 6th round, I can't think of his name right. Tim something, right?
Tim Harris.
I was watching film of Harris. He's got some dog, Sean. He's our kind of guy, man. Harris likes to make a man remember on every hit. And he's a quarterback. I said, wait a minute, I didn't know this about him. Oh, my goodness. When he wraps you up, he wraps you up. It's like he's got to do, he doesn't grab him around the waist. He grabs him around the shoulder area and chest. And you can see, it looks like he's talking to him on the way down to the ground. I said, that's a mean man. I like him.
He definitely has some dog in him for sure. But I mean, for instance, there's so many guys that, like for instance, okay, there's going to be guys like Emmanuel Mosley who's going to be gone. There's going to be guys.
There it is. There's your 2. That's 6. Maben's gone, unless he can beat Harris out.
You know, so
Mosley.
we seem stacked at a lot of positions, but the obvious guys are going to go. I mean, at the end of the day, they're hoping a Matt Breida pops up. They're hoping, guys like that, but they know who they want on this team, and I'd hate to say that because I wish, they would
a lot of those
let these
guys, good luck.
really compete. But I really wish these guys really would compete, but it's, they know who they want. They know who they want.
And it's like you're saying, Sean, it's camp fodder. Unfortunately, you're right. They know who's going to stay, but they do want those guys to never, ever think that your job is yours. You earn that job.
100%.
Bringing in guys right and left.
100%.
And by the way, if it ever beats you out, you will be gone. So we're to win.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
It's a rough world.
There's one more thing. Just one more thing about the Carr situation. For him to say that about Montana, he's got a lot of nerves.
Don't he?
To say that Montana's not even in the top 10. He's not even the best quarterback in his family. So I don't even know why he's got the nerve to say some shit. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. That was disappointing. That was disappointing. And I was like, man, he's a better commentator than he was a quarterback. But you know what? I'll take that back. I'll take that shit back.
Hey, Sean,
he's
you
a
and me
better
both.
quarterback than he was an analyst.
Yeah, I used to like Dave Carr on that show. Now every time I see him, I'm gonna have little weird feelings about him. Dave, what are you talking about, man? I thought you had your finger on the pulse of things for a while there. I kind of liked him. Now this.
I think he's just trying to shake things up. I think he
did a good job.
To shake things up. And there's always that one guy that wants to be a troll just to elevate his name. He's that's what he's doing. I don't think he genuinely
Burleson.
That. I really don't.
You got your NFL Network's got a few of them, don't they?
Yeah.
All right, John. Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
See you tomorrow if you get some time.
Sir.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and just because I haven't been on the show, I'll be listening. Bro. Over and out.
I knew it was coming. Thanks, Sean.
All right, man. Appreciate what you do. Yes,
thanks, Sean.
All right.
Yeah. And let's go check out JT. JT, you're coming in like Trey.
What up, Ronbo?
I was waiting for you to say, finally. JT!
Hey, you know what? And speaking, I just want to say what's up to all the J-Dub.
The Buds!
To all the J-Dub. The J-Dub Buds out there.
Start using 2 dubs now because, look like the club is expanding. We get ready, man, because we're supporting the dub, man. Love it.
I really do believe that, like James say, I do believe that, he was trying to say how many interceptions. I'll give you a realistic answer to that.
Please.
I say he's going to have 2 or more.
Yeah. I was going to start at 2 because 1 was going to be enough. I think with the people he's working with this year, with the pressure up front, I'm talking he's got 2 guys in front of him that are all pros. I'm telling you right now, I see Dub, him capitalizing on all this talent around him. Yes.
Yeah, because because the pressure up front is going to make the quarterback throw some boneheaded plays, and he's going to be right there for the picking. I already can see it.
I tell you, you and me both.
So there's the answer to that.
There you go.
Yeah. And now everybody's catching wind to the to what I was pissed off to the last time I called. With David Carr, he lost his damn rabbit ass mind.
Boy, he did, didn't he? Boy.
Oh, he sure did.
I think he did it on purpose, JT. Everybody's talking about it right now. Everybody's talking about people aren't even 49er fans are talking about Dave. So Dave, I think he knew what he was doing when he did that. Dave knew that was wrong. He knew that was wrong.
I bet you someone up in the office, in the front office back there, told him, "Hey, don't you ever say nothing stupid."
Give your top 10 quarterbacks. Leave Joe Montana off your list. And here's what you say about Joe.
He wasn't even in the top 100.
See, which automatically does not allow him, he's not qualified to make that kind of call. And also, the reasoning he gave was so bogus, I can't believe it. Dave, you're going to say, the coach was a genius. Joe comes out of Notre Dame. He falls right into a perfect situation. And the defenses weren't ready yet for that. Dave, defenses weren't ready for that. So you're going to blame the defense?
I think Joe Montana was killing it in college.
Yeah, he was. That's why he got drafted.
Yeah, he was killing it out there in Notre Dame. Last time I looked, yeah, he was killing it.
You don't get noticed unless you're doing something. So even if somebody wasn't around during the time and was paying any attention, you don't get drafted unless you're at least some kind. There's been a lot of busts in the league, true. But if you're going to get drafted, normally you probably know a little bit about the game. And if Notre Dame is not a school that drafts a bunch of boneheads, so Dave, what are you talking about?
Not only that, Ronbo, back on J-Dub, I think he's got something to prove. I think he's gonna have a big chip on his shoulder this year.
Guarantee you that. He's heard.
Yeah, all these years
he
he's been
watches
getting
social
injured.
media. Yeah, he knows.
Hey, I bet you everybody's talking all this shit, but that's just building a freaking fire inside him. I bet you he's gonna come out balling this year.
I've seen him in action on social media, and people just talking to him like he had a tail, and he was responding back. So he's definitely not at a place where he can actually take it anymore. He's actually being motivated by all that. Guarantee you're right, JT. Watch him come out.
Not only that,
butt.
I like Kwaski Tart too.
Yeah.
I believe in Kwaski Tart. I think with the right pieces that we got now, I think these guys are gonna they're gonna
excel.
They're gonna come back around. They're gonna ball out this year.
I hope the sports science people can help them, though. Because Jimmy and Kwaski breaking arms does concern me. How is it that two guys both break their arm? Did they do that in back-to-back years? I think so, right?
No, I think they did that on the
They did do it in back-to-back years.
Yeah, I think that was back-to-back years.
It has something to do with something that they're both commonly doing. There's something they're both doing wrong, and that it's probably really similar. In tackling technique, I'm hoping Kusurek and some of those guys can work with it. What are the odds, JT, of you breaking your arm back-to-back like that? That's just unusual as heck.
You know that is pretty unusual. It's damn, that's pretty damn rare. But shit, that's just a freak accident. You know, it's football. You know, they're playing physical game.
Yeah, but you should
They're
break
out
a
there balling.
shoulder or something. Don't. If you continue to break your arm, you're doing something fundamentally wrong, I would imagine. Or again,
Yeah.
your kind of luck is really that bad you broke your arm again. So.
Yeah, well, look at Earl Thomas. He broke his leg twice.
Yeah. But, Earl went his whole career without these things happening. And Earl's just probably, he might be one of those guys that's actually mature to the point where it might be time up. Because when you start getting a bunch of little injuries, those are the things that usually indicate that you can't take it any longer, right? So Earl breaking his leg twice. He tore his chest a couple of seasons before that, I think. So here come the injuries, right? We got Richard Sherman in the same bag. I'm a little worried about him, but I know he's going to start the season off healthy, and we got a good health team with him. So maybe they can keep these guys up a little longer. But we
I don't
need to be
know,
concerned
Ronbo, but
about it.
I for one can't wait to see what the defense is going to look like.
I know.
And more or less, one guy in particular, I want to see what Jason Verrett looks like.
Oh, everybody does. Hey, look at some film of him from the past. That boy's got
Yeah,
rubber for hips.
I've been looking at more and more film of Verrett, and I keep saying, "Oh shit, this kid comes in like that and plays like that." And boy, Ronbo, that kid is fast. Jason Verrett, he is quick. That boy can run.
Reflexes like a rabbit. I'm seeing it, man. I'm saying, you know what? And people say, well, I'm worried about, we ain't got no secondary. You ain't got no secondary. The 49ers got a secondary. The only thing that secondary needs to do is stay healthy, okay? Because you ain't going to get much better than Richard Sherman and Jason Verrett opposite each other. It doesn't get any better
That's a secondary right there that'll play against anybody.
Any team.
Anybody's offense. If my theory and your theory pans out about our safeties, if we're saying that we're going to be all right and the corners are doing their job,
yeah,
we're going to be in contentions, Ronbo. No doubt.
You cannot
I'm trying
have
to tell
that
you.
kind
I'm
of
trying to
frontline
tell
defense.
Niner Empire.
That's it. You can't have that kind of defense and have that kind of secondary, especially with the guys we're talking about that are going to suffer and get beat up every week. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And you're almost rest assured of that. Hey, JT, we're gonna roll, man. I tell you what, come on back tomorrow and let's still talk some more positives about this 49er team. Trey, take some notes, Trey. Trey, sit back there saying, man, JT and Ronbo, man, wait till I get back. They're going to stop being cute and cuddly. I'll be back.
hey, and and if I'm wrong, and I'll be the first to apologize.
Yeah, well, no, me too.
I should have been with the what is that?
TNT.
The TNT.
That's TNT connection. Yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's them.
All right.
All right, fam. Let's see you tomorrow.
All right.
See, it's always fun to get together with the J-Dub bunch and mess with TNT about some of the things they've been saying about J-Dub. They don't know what they're talking about. Right here, Jack, right here. It's J-Dub bunch, baby. Flag on TNT. Hey, let's go down, way down. Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, man, are you cruising? Are you in the truck right now?
No, I'm in it. I'm just parked up at the moment, Ronbo.
All right. Well, hey, welcome on in, man. What do you?
What's happening, brother?
Well, as you know, tonight we're concerned with the Nick Mullens and C.J. Beathard competition. Where most of us would have assumed there would have not been a competition, but Kyle Shanahan insists that there is definitely going to be a competition. He sees them both as dead even. And also we got the situation going on with Mike Clay and his silly algorithms coughing out the 49ers would win only 4 games, losing just about every last one of them by 1 point or winning by only a single point, but being creamed by the Los Angeles Rams. These are things that are very annoying. And then, of course, you probably already saw, he's probably made worldwide news by now, is David Carr came in and decided one of the greatest quarterbacks, Hall of Fame quarterbacks of all time, is not worthy of a top 10 designation in his top 10 of quarterbacks of all time. this is what is fun about football. There's a lot of people that have no idea what they're talking about. Tony, jump on in there any way you want, man.
You know what we call people like David Carr down here?
What do we call them?
A lost fart in the wind. So you just pay no attention.
It doesn't get any worse than that. Smelling up everywhere. Oh, God.
But what I wanted to say, Ronbo, is I sent you an email. It probably comes up. I don't know. I'm not too computer savvy, mate. I was born in 1969, so. Oh. But I sent you on your Gmail where I think it was on Nothing But Niners. The guy got a doctor that was a doctor for either the Redskins, the Chiefs. I can't remember, for 15 years. He got him on the show, and then they go through our team, player by player, through all their injuries, including Jimmy G, J-Bub, all of them. And it gives you a really good insight on what can happen. Can the injury reoccur? The doctor talks about how he actually looks at things and what sort of recovery plan they can give him by studying the operation on film. And it'll give it. I recommend that little podcast to everyone in the Niner family to give you a real good insight on the people carrying injuries in our team. It's a great piece of podcast. But other than that, the draft's over. So, I don't know, 3 players that I would be keeping my eye on would be Jalen Hurd, Debo, and when you guys were counting all the sacks, how many sacks we're going to get, I think you guys left out Quan Alexander out of that equation, so he's another one I'd be looking for.
That's right, because we only did count Buckner, Bosa, D. Ford. We gave a few to we gave a couple to also Solomon Thomas, and if Ronnie Blair stays on the team, he's not going to go without at least 2 or 3 sacks. And we don't even know what Condavious Street is capable of yet. But we need to look at the linebackers, though. You're right. Yeah, he's good at that blitz.
But D. Ford and Bosa, I'm not really worried about. We know they're going to perform, but I suppose the best part about our team this year is the amount of versatility we've got on the side. It's incredible. And I would hate to be the person sitting down at the end of preseason and trying to make the cuts, because there's going to be some good players getting cut.
I said that last year. It's God, that's really. Hey, you know what though, Tony? Trying to think of a player that got cut from us that went away and did well, though. I think maybe they may have made the right cuts, I guess.
The last one was that guy. Oh, Jesus,
See, you can't remember his name right off, see?
Yeah.
Did he do a good job? Wherever he went?
He did a good job. The only other thing I hope is the O-line can protect Jimmy G.
Yeah, that's a
to the
concern
point where he doesn't cop another injury. Other than that, I think we're going to come along in leaps and bounds this year, and it's good to see we've got another Aussie in the team.
That's right,
I mean,
Tony. Mitch Wish. I tell you, that's an exciting ball player. I can tell right now he's gonna. People are gonna be wearing that
Put
T-shirt
it this
a lot.
way, Ronbo.
Yeah.
If we run out of running backs, you could probably use him as a running back. No problem at all.
He's a tough guy. I seen that run he made. He's getting ready to fake the punt. See, that's the thing. As long as he's going to fake that punt, he's going to freeze people, or they're going to come charging at him the wrong way, and he can just go the opposite direction. I see, and even if he does get into trouble, he can stop and loft that ball no matter what. He could. You know how many American football players can run? I mean, kick on the run? Tony, you can count them really quickly. So what's what I'm saying? Here comes Mitch Wish. boom! And there he goes. Oh, he makes that front. He's got 2 more. Oh, he's in for the first down. And that's why the 49ers drafted Mitch Wishnowsky. He's gotten the first down for the 49ers can extend that clock, and that should probably wrap the game up. The 49ers could win this one. I can already see these things happening.
Well, that's part of their game. They kick on the run, and they kick the goals on the run too. So
accurately.
For them, it's part of the game, and they don't play on a square field. Aussie rules. They play on an oval field. The field can be anywhere from 135 up to 155 meters long. So they can kick goals on the run from about 80 meters out, no problem.
How do you practice that? I mean, you got to be a natural, don't you? I mean, what can I do to actually make myself that kind of ability? You got to be born with it, don't you? I mean, and I understand he could actually kick the ball. He could put a team on the 5-yard line. That ball will hit the hash and bounce out of bounds. You know what kind of that is such that is so valuable of a talent.
I think his biggest problem is trying not to kick the ball out of the park.
He's got to contain it. That's a strong word. Woo! Yeah, can't wait to see him in action.
And you've got the old TNT upset over the J-Dub bunch, haven't you? They're coming after you, Ronbo.
They're really working me. I know.
I'm going to be looking forward to that co-host show. I'll tell you what, that's going to be good.
It's going to be special.
I think Jimmy's biggest problem is his tackling technique. And I played rugby league when I was younger. And if you have a look at Jimmy's highlights, he sticks the hand out, does those stupid, I call them spear tackles. And, when you shove the hand out against the legs, the leg's going to win.
Every time.
The hand's going to lose. So if you in rugby league, they teach us to aim for the part that protects all the major organs, which is the rib cage.
Right.
And preferably, if you can get them on the side, you hit them with your shoulder, wrap up, and then drive with your legs. When you drive with your legs, you can pick them up off the ground, and then as he's falling, you can drive the shoulder back into him on the way down.
Because you've already got him off balance, exactly.
Yeah, he's going to be winded for a while. And I think Jimmy Ward's biggest problem is his tackling technique.
That's got to be, because
you have a look at his highlights. You have a look at his highlights. He hits one bloke and he makes him do a somersault, but the way he tackles is dangerous to himself.
Yeah, he's got it. And learn to apply a shoulder on occasion. It's like you're saying, if you're going to go ahead and make that kamikaze tackle, don't come in with your forearms. Like you're saying, you're not going to win against a thigh or a knee or a shin.
Or a hip.
Hell, especially. So Jimmy's got some things to work on as far as tackle technique there.
He does, but it's looking good. I can't wait for preseason and the Nick Mullens thing. I think Nick's going to be our backup. I think CJ's. I don't know whether CJ was going through too many progressions before he was throwing the ball and holding on to it for too long. You know what I mean? Because I think
that's it exactly. Because the fact is, the defensive line is watching and they're waiting. He's going to take about 15 minutes. He's got to go through 29 progressions before he actually decides what he's going to do. We should get there by then. CJ, you're telegraphing that you don't know what you're doing, and that was one of the things. But like Sean just mentioned, he probably was thrown out there a little too soon. We may see something a little different this time, so we'll see.
Well, Tony, if he hangs around,
he's got to deal with Nick. Kyle's going to give a shot.
If he hangs around, he'll definitely learn something.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So, and I think he'd be safe on the practice squad, actually. But Tony, tell you what, great talking. Let's see if you get a chance. Hopefully, you can see tomorrow.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, but I try not to call because I'm always on the move, and I don't want to be rude and drop out a signal, and so when I'm stationary, and I can call up. And
if it does happen, if it does happen, we'll understand that that's probably what happened. So now that you already mentioned that, all right.
Yeah.
So if you want to call, go right ahead. Let's see what happens.
All right, brother. Thank you
All right,
very
Tony.
much, and shout out to everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, Tony. Looking forward to it. Have a great night, or have a great day. Tony's in the middle of his day. All right.
Great day. Yep. Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Tony.
Cheers.
And is it? Oh, it's. Is it? Oh, yeah, we already did that. Hall of Famer. How to say? Razor's taking it. I know where he's taking it. Hall of Famer, Ronbo caller Razor. Razor. Mi hermanito. How did he come up with that? I know how he came up with that. We're not going to say anything more about that. Anyway, it isn't even a debate. Who wins competition? CJ is a member of the Sons of Anarchy. Diesel mechanic Mullens already won last year when he beat Seattle. I like that program. The Sons of Anarchy, that's one of my favorite shows, man. Oh, God. Anyway, hey, Demetrius.
Ronbo.
Hey, D.
What's going on, big bro?
D, man, we're trying to figure out what is Kyle talking about. Unless Kyle knows something we don't know, that he is now pronounced C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullens a dead even group. We're gonna go ahead and see which one of them's gonna win this battle coming up soon. And if you look at Mike and his, I'm just calling him Mike because he doesn't deserve to be his last name. Anyway, he says, according to ESPN, that we're going to win 4 games this year. We're going to lose them all by 1 point. The ones we win, we'll also win by 1 point. And we got a few ties in the mix. And if you feel like you want to say anything about David Carr, who should be on medication by now, go right ahead. Damn it.
Damn his ass, Ronbo. His career wasn't shit anyway. God damn it. He threw more picks than touchdowns. That's how I'm on it tonight. Oh, man. He ain't got no reason to talk. He got that Super Bowl bound up with the Giants. God damn it.
Jeez.
Oh, he done pissed me off. I'm protesting him. I'm going to protest his ass. Oh, damn. His commentary suck if he listen.
Demetrius, Mike, you sound a little bit in the distance. Is it? Are you close enough? Are you on speaker or what?
I'm driving actually, Ronbo, but I'm gonna take you off.
Don't let go of that wheel. All right, go ahead. But yeah, see, because you know what I want to know, Demetrius? What? Yes. Who asked? I want to know who asked.
Sorry, Ronbo.
It's okay. You okay now? Yeah, I want to know who asked Dave. Now. Who asked Dave to give his top 10 picks? I don't know that he was even qualified to make that. You know, and maybe it's just a casual conversation. I bet
you it was Nate Burleson.
It's probably Nate.
So they don't like us, man.
I know it. He makes no bones about it.
Anything negative coming out of NFL Network is between Nate Burleson and David Carr.
Yeah, now we're going to know exactly.
They need to start their own show called the 49er Haters. Yeah. But yo, Ronbo. I wanted to ask you something, man, about our kicker, Mitch the Wish.
Oh,
yo, man,
I like talking about him.
You know who he reminds me of, right?
Who?
The kicker from or should I say, is he the backup quarterback from New Orleans?
Oh yeah, right. Hey, where is that guy from?
I think I don't know, but that boy
guy
from
New Orleans. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's good, but I think that's how we're going to use our kicker this year, man, not for nothing.
Shock. If nothing else, he shakes up defenses. You don't know what to do. That's Kyle's got that all over the field. Kyle's got more hybrids on this team than General Motors. I mean, the thing is, dude has got all kind of guys that can do all kinds of different things. You know, so I'm really
yes, sir.
His assembly of talent
is amazing. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, Ronbo, man.
Yeah, we'll have to get excited
what I think. That's how I think we're gonna use that kicker. We're gonna use him like New Orleans uses their kicker, or their backup quarterback, like on short yardage situation. We're gonna use Mitch to,
Because that's a
That's how I
big
think
dude.
we're going to do it.
Yeah, that dude New
And
Orleans.
he can hit.
Yeah. Tell you.
And he can hit, too.
And Mitch,
But,
but see, that dude in New Orleans can't run like Mitch. Mitch Wisnowski will run you a 4.6. See, that's scary.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, damn, we might use him as like a special weapon, like short yardage situation. Like they think we're gonna pump, but we're gonna use Mitch to, go get that first down, baby. Use some high low to use.
And the thing about Mitch is he
Go
can
ahead,
fake
Ronbo,
like
I'm
he's going
sorry.
to kick, pull it down, fake. Dude runs at him, go ahead and loft. And he can still loft it. No matter what, Mitch can kick that ball in a split second. That's an amazing talent. I can't wait to see this in action.
Nah, that boy good, man. I was watching some highlights of him earlier, man, and he can hit. That's what I'm saying. That boy,
Hey, he's a tough guy. He is a tough guy. So I
don't know what they eating over there, but then he needs to feed the 49ers some of that.
That's that gate eating that crocodile meat.
But
yeah,
Ronbo,
Crocodile Dundee, you got Crocodile Mitch,
Crocodile,
Crocodile
I like
Wish.
it, Ronbo. Crocodile Mitch, Crocodile Wish. I like it, man. Oh shit. But yeah, man, I wanted to Friday night about our kicker, but man, I think we're gonna hold shit down again, man. What's the topic for tonight, Ronbo? I'm just getting out of work.
We was looking at the, as I say, the deal between Kyle's decided that Nick Mullens will have to do business with C.J. Beathard. He will not be given nothing. He's got to go out there and he's got to earn it, just like he did last year. Who do you like?
I think I like Nick Mullens, man. I like C.J. too as a person. But as a quarterback, I'll take Nick Mullens, man. I'll take Nick Mullens over CJ.
I like CJ too. I really do, as a person.
Nick Mullens proved a lot in his 4 or 5 games last year, man. He proved a lot to us, man.
Yeah, he's got a little more grit. He's got a little more dog. He's got a little determination. He's a never say die, I will not be stopped attitude, and it shows. It glows right through him. I mean, you remember when we threw that ball to Richie?
What I like?
Go ahead.
Yes. Now, I was going to say, you know what I like about Mullens? He's well prepared, man. He prepares for the game.
God, yes. It's like he knows what's going to happen before it starts. I mean, he's out there just doing it. You know, he's going to look better this year than he did last year, most likely too. So,
I tell you what, though, Ronbo, another caller said it the other night. We have a good problem to have. I know, right? Like we have a backup that's willing and ready to come in and tear shit up. And I mean, like I said before, man, we gotta weed the players who don't want to play and the players who want to play. Let them play. And the players who's bullshitting, you gotta go sit down somewhere, man. Go pluck grass, do something, man. Shine somebody cleats, do something. You know what I mean?
Shiny cleats.
They gotta do something, man. Be the water boy or something.
We got who's going to be our Bobby Boucher? That's probably going to be Mitch Wisnowski. That'd be our Bobby Boucher this year. Because Mitch, man, he's just full of surprises, man.
Feeding us crocodile meat, Ronbo. That's what he gonna be doing. Yo, yes, sir. But that's all I had for tonight, though.
Oh, that's good. That's great, fam. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you tomorrow night too, if you got some time, all right?
Yes, sir, Ronbo. I'll be there, bro, right after work, man.
All right, D.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, bro.
You
yes,
too,
sir.
fam. Listen, I should have never thought about Crocodile Dundee. I'll never forget that scene, and Dundee's walking down the street, and the dude's getting ready to rob him. He's got this little knife, right? He says, "Give me your stuff right now." He's going to mug Crocodile Dundee. Dundee, and a girl says to Dundee, "Oh, he's got a knife." Dundee says, "Oh, that's not a knife." Dundee pulls out the biggest knife I've ever seen in my life. "Oh, that's a knife." The dude left, man, who was getting ready to rob him. I still love it. We got it. Dundee, Crocodile Mitch. Or was it Crocodile Wish? Hey, Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
Tyler, you're just the guy, man. You're the guy who nowadays is the voice of reason, the man who can actually size up a situation for what it is and come up with a solid answer that we can all agree upon. Tyler, who are you expecting to win the backup quarterback job? I love setting him up. He's got to think about it. He's not going to come up with an immediate answer. That's what he does.
I'm not thinking about it at all. I'm just laughing in my head about you actually asking that question.
Hey, CJ's going to surprise us this year. It's going to be a closer competition than we probably can imagine.
He's not.
And I know.
No, he's not.
I'm just trying
I've seen
to.
enough.
Yes.
We saw this. Like, I mean, when he came in and replaced Hoyer, of course he looked good. It's
Because
Brian
Hoyer looked so bad. Yeah.
I mean, they're basically the same quarterback, except CJ's a little more fearless. But they both like kind of crack under pressure, like they kind of fear getting sacked or whatever. Or like when CJ hesitates to throw, Hoyer's afraid of pressure.
Oh, it just crumbled. He was starting to see ghosts. I mean, what are you doing? There's nobody here. Oh. No, I was looking down the field. On your knees? No.
No.
Brian, get up! Sit down! Kyle really got pissed that day when he pulled him. Remember that pass that Hoyer shot over the sideline and Kyle caught it? We should have known that was the end right there. God, he was pissed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm glad we got Jimmy now.
Yeah,
But, like,
we had to go through that in order to appreciate Jimmy.
You know what's kind of a blessing in disguise?
Right.
Like, obviously, I wasn't going to say this part, but obviously getting the number 2 pick is a blessing in disguise. But a real blessing in disguise is our first 2 opponents, because Tampa Bay recently has not been very good. Now, I like Bruce Arians, so they could be good. But week 1, I think that's a good setup for us to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
Then week 2 is Cincinnati. Look, they got a new coach. I still don't think they're going to be good, but we'll see. But I think those are 2 very winnable games.
Absolutely.
So say we start out 2-0. Say we start out 2-0. We have some high confidence going in to play Pittsburgh for our home opener.
And we're coming home to play that game as well, so that's a good thing. And remember, the Raiders beat that team up last year in Oakland, and they look like absolute butt. And here they come. The Steelers coming in this year without Antonio Brown. It's going to be interesting.
I mean,
to see
they're
what
not.
they do.
They're not. I think they got better. I think they got better by elimination. Just because.
There's a good point. Maybe less locker room drama.
Don't get me wrong. They're gonna be an 11-5 type team.
Yeah.
But
well, they got Roethlisberger. When you got him,
of course they did. Yeah, and plus they got Juju, who's going to be big time. But
we got Sherman. Like NFL Network, they got Juju. We got Sherman.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This can be great. Sherman's going to get a few picks this year.
Yeah,
we can get some pressure up front. I think we will have a better pass rush than Seattle had when they had their championship. So
that's saying something. But let's see.
It's going to be crazy, man. We're gonna get some picks, and I think our defense can easily be top 10. And it's going to be exciting because Shanahan's offense in general, the weapons he has now, he doesn't need help. But us getting turnovers is going to set him up very well too.
Keeping that offense on the
Think
field
about it.
is
Atlanta,
bad for any team.
Atlanta didn't have a good defense when they had that number 1 offense. They had like a 25th ranked defense and still went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So if our offense is anything replicating Atlanta's, plus we got Tevin Coleman, which helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get a defense that could be potentially top 10 in terms because we just got to keep our pass rushers on the field, which shouldn't be a problem. But they're allowing Solomon Thomas to be moved on the inside where he's supposed to be, which is huge. So because he was showing he got pressure on Russell Wilson that game when he's playing inside on those snaps. So
did he cause DeForest Buckner to be able to flush him out of that pocket? Because the Buckner. But here's the thing, Tyler.
Yeah.
Somebody said that Russie may be slowing down. That just resonates in my head, and I just realized Buckner's not the fastest guy on the front line. He's the most quick, probably, from the line of scrimmage. But he ran Russell down. That's a foot race. That's a good.
Hey, D Ford is fast off the edge too.
Oh,
Nick Bosa ain't slow. I mean,
no.
He's going to get after that quarterback. But I think D Ford is probably going to be the fastest rusher on our line. But it's going to be very fun to watch. And you know what? This is actually kind of convenient and funny that John Lynch brought up having nightmares about chasing down Kyler Murray because we play the Cardinals on Halloween in Arizona. So
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what?
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be. As long and by that time, I think Quan Alexander will be fully healthy. There's you can.
He'll be good to go.
Yeah, you can build a noose around running backs like that. I mean, quarterbacks like that. Murray's actually tighter, equally dangerous throwing. He can actually orchestrate from the pocket. So people are getting the wrong idea about he's not Lamar Jackson. Murray will kill you from the pocket.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, this got on my nerves. People in my school, like, this guy's a senior. He was a quarterback for us last year, but he's talking. He's like, I was like, who'd you rather have, Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson? He said Lamar Jackson, and even my coach said Lamar Jackson. I'm like, have you seen Kyler Murray throw a football?
Yeah.
You want the whole package, you get that man.
Yeah. No, Lamar's.
I don't care if Lamar's taller. He can't throw for a lick.
He cannot throw. He cannot throw like Kyler. So yeah, let's just get that out of the way.
Kyler Murray's special, man.
Yeah.
But I think he instantly comes in and makes them a 7-win team right there on the
Yeah.
spot. So, plus they picked up some receivers that we were looking at. So
I know, right? But Tyler,
Yeah.
think about this for a second. Here's a question for you, though. With the secondary we have now and the pass rush, is an air raid offense actually going to be effective against this team's defense?
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not quite sure because our pass rush, look, if you got a big-time pass rush, it's going to enhance your secondary immediately.
Yeah.
So if we're putting pressure on Kyler Murray, because, like, he had problems against Alabama. He's kind of, like, he still played good, but he was pretty sloppy, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's not going to be great in that game, I don't think.
Not in the
But I think he can play well. He's just not. I don't think he's going to be incredible against us simply because of that front rush. And plus, it's also going to be like people never look at this, but it's going to be good for our offense in practice going up against that pass rush. Jimmy G is going to be under pressure a lot more. He's going to be a lot more comfortable than he normally is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be huge for him. And also because it'll be good for him in practice, just in general. Once he should be cleared by training camp. So if he's doing the 11-11s in practice,
Jimmy's going to be playing
gonna
tomorrow.
be under pressure a lot more than the base defense.
Right.
He'll be under pressure a lot more than a normal defense in a game. So
Yeah.
he'll be ready for that pressure. Get him back in
especially
form.
with working with our guys every week. That's true, huh? That's the case. You just got to know, guys.
people never
you can
look
get
at
there,
that.
but don't touch. Oh,
Like, if you
God.
touch Jimmy, you're fired.
Yeah. Tyler, I tell you what we're going to do. Let me see tomorrow. Let's try to get you in here early. It's pretty late, huh? Where you are. Just realize.
Yeah, it's it's 11:42.
Yeah. So. All right, Tyler. Always great to hear from you. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow. Huh?
Yep.
All right, man.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Monday Night Raw, I can't miss it.
Oh yeah. Look out for Trey.
I'll come in as CM Punk. I'm coming back
right.
from the UFC to the WWE.
There you go. All
All
right,
right. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Forever faithful. Jimmy G. Stay away from them hoes. Keep it in your pants.
Oh, God, Tyler.
Look after yourself. We don't need those STDs.
God.
Get yourself a nice young woman. Bye, pump.
Oh, God. Anyway, let us now. Hey, Patrick Gotham, y'all weak-ass team can have, we got a Debo now, and he can be better going forward. This must be part of another. He must be talking to Texas, boy. Millionaires and billionaires, 49er gang for life. Brian Lee, this is, it's right, Yamin. We've been looking for you, man. Good to see you're okay. I was really concerned. It says, Atlanta Empire, I love y'all. All I'm going to call tomorrow. I'm on a crap machine right now. I'm not even going to try to figure out what he means by that. It could be any number of things. Okay. I hope you do, man. We're looking for you. And Jamal Fagan says you should really work on getting Niners notifications. Really, and thanks for reading my email. You should share it with the Empire. It would encourage people. Ah, yes. That's send me a special. I'll get it to you tomorrow. Because I haven't got it available right now. But, Curtis Amelio says, Sup? Ready for some football. He said, hopefully Jimmy Ward makes it past OTAs without pulling his hammy. He does. He's notorious for his hammies in preseason. Jimmy! God. He's got to make sure he doesn't do that this year. We have the sports science people that should keep Jimmy's hammies nice and loose for him. You know? I hope they just check out his diet, everything there is to know about a guy. And Jimmy, don't do this, and this. And make sure you loosen up thoroughly, and we're going to give you the right exercises to do. There's no reason why you should start off every year with a hamstring that just pulls so badly that you can't work out for several weeks. KD216, we don't play that in Bakersfield. That boy better wear a mask. Guys, you know, I heard that Dave is from Bakersfield. I don't know, you know. Actually, I was actually born in Bakersfield, California, and the family left after a little while after. But yeah, I used to go back there and visit relatives all the time in the summertime. Oh, Bakersfield, the hottest place on the planet, outside of the Mojave Desert. 110 degrees by 8 and 9 in the morning. Ooh-wee! Used to love them summers, boy. And no place has watermelon like Bakersfield, California. Oh, it's good. Okay, I'm sorry. I got off the track here. James Cruz, Nick all day long over CJ. I'm looking forward to the wide receiver. Is going to be a good competition. True. Because these guys want it. If you want it bad enough, you got to go for it. You got to show everybody how much you want it. Chad Garrison, good night, Ronbo, and thanks for getting me through work. Off now. Time to take this Camaro for a drift while the roads are wet here in the Bay. Oh, yeah. You got to go ahead and what is the name of the Fast and Furious movie? Oh, what is that? Something drift. Drift. Oh! What is that thing? Oh, anyway, I'll get it back later. That's going to really bother me. I'm going to go get it. We just did that one. Jay Anderson, this is on Jimmy G to have a good season. Jimmy G knows Nick Mullens is at his neck. True, actually. I trust Nick Mullens to hold the fort down if Jimmy G gets hurt or anything. See, this is the thing. You know, if Nick gets in there, he's probably going to be pretty solid. Mac Live, Kendrick Bourne is going to be the leading receiver. Watch. Well, wouldn't that be special? I love it. Kendrick did a good job last year. I don't care what anybody says. Tokyo Drift. That's right. Thank you, Fam Bam. Yes. So yeah, everybody knows that. Why? I love that Fast and Furious series, man. But it seems like The Rock is taking it over to the point now where like Vin Diesel and some of the other guys, they don't even want to play no more. You know, I don't know about Rome. Anyway. Ron Jeremy said, Jalen Hurd is going to be the next breakout NFL player, just like George Kittle. I kind of have that. I get that feeling too, you know? And Jamel says, I'm going to finish charging my phone. I'm watching the same thing on YouTube on the Fire Stick, so Guten Abend und morgen zu Montag. Montag. I don't know where he's speaking German. I'm not sure where you put the emphasis on the syllables. Hey, what is that? We missed Zuka and Luca the other day because we had a child maniac that we were trying to work around. So Zuka, give us another call, man. All right? Armos, Bellador, Ferrari, Nick. You know how they have spaced the race car teams? We gotta get one of those names, give it to these guys. You know? Mike Vick Jr., 49ers taking the NFC West this year. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, finally. And next time somebody feeds something into an algorithm to see what the 49ers are going to do as far as predictions go, they have a little more information, and they can stop saying 49ers will lose this by 1, they'll win this by 1, they'll lose this one by 1, they'll tie here. The Rams are going to beat them to death. I can't wait to see what the Rams look like this year. I do not understand why the Rams get all this respect. They've lost an army of very important people, and yet they're supposed to come back and look exactly the same. Who does that? After losing the Super Bowl like they lost it, where's the swoon like every team goes through when they lose the Super Bowl? They're not going to go through it? They're the invincible almighty Rams? I don't think so! Fam, I'm going to go ahead and check out, look for a Monday Night Raw. Don't forget that like, fam. And, I like some likes. Have a great night. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.